I was hoping any of you guys would go, but
I didn't.
no one was going. So I went. I brought a couple friends, guys that jazz guys. So it was a guys' night. It's cool. It's three of us.
You have like a group of friends that's just the jazz guys?
Well, they
like I have the friends that'll be like, all right, I know they're Yankees fans. I have my Yankees fans crew that I know I'll take to the game.
Who are the jazz guys?
I would love to be
Sammy Davis and the fucking who was you with? The Rat Pack?
Louis Armstrong.
The Rat Pack.
Who was you with? The jazz guys. Like I don't have any friends that I could go like, hey, it's jazz night, fellas. We're going out.
The name of the group chat's Harlem Nights.
Ew.
Welcome.
Hey,
to a new episode of the NewRoryNMal podcast. I am Mal.
I'm Rory.
And Rory, we are back, man.
Did you welcome back Mace when that song came out?
Oh, that was a
definitely
fire
did.
song.
Oh man, I was Harlem shaking all up and down Lexington.
You guys forgave him when he ran to Atlanta?
I did.
Welcome
That's
back.
Mace. That's
with
Betha.
Okay.
We gotta forgive Betha.
That was a good tune. That was a good comeback record.
Great record. Today, I think that record would be bigger. I think that fits more of like. I think that would go crazy on TikTok today. I think that would go crazy on like
Mace
socials.
at that age now,
Yeah.
or like Mace now?
No. Mace at that age now.
Okay.
That record
Yeah,
now.
I'm with you. I can
Go
see that
crazy.
being a TikTok record.
Oh God, that would be a crazy TikTok record.
Oh yeah, the DJs would fucking go nuts
yeah,
with the remix.
yeah.
Sorry,
I think
Coy
about that a
Leray,
lot.
Mace is back.
Yeah, I think about that a lot. Like certain records that came out, I'm like, damn, if that was now.
I mean, the entire South movement with the snaps and dances and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
that's
Soulja Boy would be because
Yeah.
what he did with
Oh,
ringtones. Imagine what Soulja Boy would do with TikToks.
And we're gonna get into that because I saw that trend on Twitter, and y'all are bugging for taking those food stamps.
Wait, question. So what would be other songs that you guys feel like would be hits now? compared to
Laffy
that?
Taffy would go nuts on
Oh,
TikTok.
no.
Oh yeah, Laffy
Oh,
Taffy.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
absolutely nuts.
The whole Snap era.
But also, these were hits at the time.
No, but I'm just saying. I think now with social media and the presence of like TikTok and things like that, they would be bigger. The artists would definitely make more money.
Oh yeah, for
It'd be
sure.
bigger records.
Come on, Chicken Noodle Soup. If it came out during the TikTok era, it would be performed at middle schools, like across the country.
Actually, why isn't Webstar like snatching up a bunch of young artists and just making records right now? Like he should be doing that just for the sake of TikTok.
For the
I get
culture?
you.
He's a little old though, right?
To produce.
Oh.
Just to produce a record. I'm not
What's
saying he has
the,
to
what's
be
the
an artist.
consensual age of?
Yeah, and he's
Signing
he's
artist.
too old. Like he's younger than like some of the hottest rappers right now. So it's no such thing as too old. But yeah, like guys like that, like Webstar and
Ron
a lot of the Snap era guys.
Mhm.
Who?
Ron Browse.
Browse. Like
Yeah.
a lot of those guys right now, I would strictly just be making music strictly for TikTok.
Or just have people do those same exact dances. Like it'll be brand new to the kids. They won't know that shit is from 05.
Yeah, everything comes back full circle. You know
Yeah,
that.
just pitch it a little bit and have Coy Leray do it, and you're good to go.
Oh,
Fucking
another,
resell Laffy Taffy, repackage.
they came out. They did an interview with Michael Jordan. They asked him what was his favorite sneaker. His line of Jordan's, what was his favorite sneaker all time, and it was the one that I said, the Concord 11s, greatest sneaker ever. I just thought I'd put that out there. Like Mike stamped
well,
it. That's his favorite sneaker ever.
Jordan's not really the fashion icon that I look to.
Big ass.
Jordan?
Yeah.
No.
What's his favorite? What's his favorite denim?
I'm just talking about sneakers. Nasty denims. Mike be having
his
on the
favorite
nastiest-
button up?
He be having on the nastiest of denim. But no, he stamped it. The Concord 11, his personal favorite
the
sneaker
shoe.
of all time.
Okay.
That's the greatest basketball sneaker ever.
And that's also why he's the best player of all time.
Why? Because of the Concord 11?
Just because.
I mean, we don't got to get into that. They know what it is.
In terms of loving white women, Michael Jordan
Wow.
or never
Julian?
mind, forget it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Michael Jordan's wife is Latin.
Hey,
I'm
And
talking about the women he really loves.
Yeah. Don't do that. See, because now you about to go on so totally. Don't do that. Don't.
So
please
about
don't do
Larsa's sis or like his new wife?
Larsa's sis. That's crazy.
that. So yeah, we're back with a new episode to talk to the culture.
Hi, culture.
Larsa's in-law? No, yeah. Never mind, forget it.
So what's going on? We haven't seen each other in a couple of days. I saw Julian. You were out at the Blue Note.
Trying to be eclectic.
Yeah. Julian, we gotta yo, like your bag away from work is like really interesting. Like you
Bag.
at the Blue Note. Like, what are you doing?
How is that? All of you should have
Like you,
gone.
I mean, let's just talk about Julian. Can we talk about Julian for a second? You go to all of these dive bars in Manhattan, and then you go to like Ludlow House,
Oh, yeah.
and then you're at the Blue Note,
And then you can also go to the Lil Baby show.
Yeah,
Get,
and
get
then-
you someone who can do both.
and then you drop the picture in the group text with a whole charcuterie board like set up. like
Oh, I
with
missed
red
that one.
wine. Oh no, him
You
and Benner
missed
had
that? Missed that.
him,
Thank God
him and
Rory
Benner were like,
missed
oh my
that.
god, like no, you should have tried the Natty. The Natty is such an amazing bottle to go with the cheese. I'm
Wait, like
like,
natural ice beer? Call that Natty
I'm
Ice?
Not
like,
a
yo, what are
Natty
y'all
Natty.
talking about? Like,
24 ounce?
how was the first of all, shout out to Terrace Martin and Aaron Ray. They were at the Blue Note. The last show, Aaron's last show there is tonight.
Wait, you had cheese and wine with Benner at the
Yeah, look
Terrace
at
Martin
this.
show?
No.
No. He just that was at home. That
That
was,
was at home.
that was just a Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
That's a Tuesday flex
Nice.
right there.
All right.
I
I see what you was trying to do.
The
Look at the one
prosciutto,
apple.
okay, the prosciutto, pretzel crisp bites,
You invited a chick
The Blue
back and was like,
Diamond.
oh, didn't realize I left all this out.
the pistachios, and the lightly salted Blue Diamond
Some
almonds. See,
jam.
you don't never see. This is the thing, bro.
It's
You
watching
don't
the sodium.
never have the pistachios and the almonds.
Mm.
Julian is a man of the people. He has pistachio almonds. He has the candied pecans.
Don't discriminate.
He has the
Right.
strawberries. He has 4 different cheeses up there.
Of course.
I just want to
jam
know,
was
what
it?
did the bathroom smell like?
Oh, come on.
Like, let's get to that. part.
You know I
we know
keep
we
a
know what
candle
it
in the
looked like
bathroom.
on the table, but
Mhm.
what did it smell like coming out?
And what did her butt smell like after?
Yeah, what her butt
And
smell
did
like?
you indeed eat it?
With the strawberry.
He
We're not
definitely
on
ate that
Patreon, are we?
Oh,
No.
I'm so
Oh,
sorry. So sorry. Forgot where we were.
My
so
bad.
sorry.
Definitely ate prosciutto out her ass.
How was the Terrace Martin and Aaron Ray showcase?
It was amazing. I was hoping any of you guys would go, but
I didn't.
no one was going. So I went. I brought a couple friends, guys that jazz guys. So it was a guys' night. It's cool. It's 3 of us.
You have like a group of friends that's just the jazz guys?
Well, they
Like I have the friends that would be like, all right, I know they're Yankees fans. I have my Yankees fans crew that I know I'll take to the game.
who are the jazz guys?
I would love to be
Sammy Davis and the fucking who was you with? The Rat Pack?
Louis Armstrong.
Not the Rat Pack.
Who was you with? The jazz guys. Like, I don't have any friends that I could go like, hey, it's jazz night, fellas. We're going out.
The name of the group chat's Harlem Nights.
Ew.
And they've never been to Harlem.
No, they all went to Tulane. So
Tulane.
They're all just jazz. They
All right,
do a
man.
lot of
All right, I
jazz.
got it. The Tulane jazz
Yeah.
goes
Like jazz.
I get it.
Yeah.
They had a residency at LaGuardia High School.
Yeah,
No, I
like-
know.
It was
I
a
get
good night.
It was a great night.
Were they snobby about it? Like,
No, they're big fans of Terrace and Aaron. They saw them both there like 5 years ago or so. Was the last time they saw them there. So they were due up. We went to a show there a couple weeks ago, but this one's obviously more exciting for all of us. It was a good time.
I'm gonna try to catch the show because the last show Aaron Ray is tonight, right?
Yep, I might.
I'm gonna try to catch that. I'm gonna try to catch that set.
I am too, but like, we should bring some other people. I don't know if like you're not my jazz guy.
Yeah,
Like I think it should. I'll go with you, but we
Yeah,
should
no,
have like
we can go. We can go.
we
Like,
should at least have 2 women there as well.
yeah, like you can go first. Like go inside first, and
We
then
can
like
sit at different tables.
yeah, sit at different tables. You go first. I'll go inside second, and
Yeah.
just act like we don't know each other once we get inside.
If Maul isn't your jazz guy, what is he?
He's my business partner and co-host.
Oh, that's boring.
And-
You
and
needed him
friends.
to say that.
Aw.
Oh, look at
Friends
that.
first.
Julian,
Friends first.
I find it
I just feel like
extremely
I can't go watch a
attractive.
Crip play jazz music with you. That's all. Like just the 2 of us.
I feel like that makes perfect sense. Like us going to watch a Crip play jazz. I think that makes perfect sense.
That's lit.
It's on brand.
Yeah,
I
like that
suppose.
makes sense for us.
Did-
I think we could be there.
Did any of your purest jazz friends like mutter under their breath like, "Oh, I wish he'd stay in his lane"?
Wow.
Like, go back to the hippie hop.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Definitely not. I don't have that.
Wait,
group
Damaris
text.
is about to give me a compliment.
No, I was just saying I would find a group of men out at a jazz event very attractive.
I call that cat.
No,
I call that
would.
something else. So
That's not hip hop.
They wouldn't be interested in Damaris.
no,
Yeah.
wouldn't even notice Damaris in the room. They'd be like, "Excuse me, the tenor is playing."
What type of guy, if you had 2 tickets to the Blue Note for tonight, do you have a guy in mind? Obviously, don't say his name, but like
Yeah.
running through your Rolodex, is there a certain guy you can and cannot bring
Or girl.
to the Blue Note or girl?
Like, do you have a guy that would appreciate jazz night?
Yeah,
Does he
I
get like
do.
weekends off? They let him out on the weekends.
Yeah, he's on work release.
So he's out in like 3 months.
Anyway,
What time does his monitor go off? He has to be back in the house at midnight.
He used to listen to jazz records in the law library.
Sounds like a great movie.
Yeah, Shawshank Redemption. You don't remember? Brooks opened the library
I'm
and
sorry, Damaris. You were saying
they got a
I
record
didn't-
player from.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Look at
They made a woolly mammoth ball.
Yo, the amount of people in Shawshank Redemption that were murdering in Maine is never not going to be funny to me.
Don't do that because that's a great movie.
One of my favorites ever.
Classic movie. I keep keep telling you, you remind me of Teddy Dufresne a little bit.
Damn.
Andy Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne, I'm sorry.
Well, that's
Teddy.
that
Teddy, I
sucks
was
'cause
watching Snowfall last night.
I've been very vocal in saying that I think Andy Dufresne was 100% guilty and one of the biggest sociopaths on earth.
He was not, man. He was not guilty.
But anyways, why were people murdering that many people in Maine?
What else did it do in Maine?
That's
Go
true.
fishing.
They were fishing for bodies out of the river. That's what they was doing.
Like, how can you get mad at someone in Maine?
Maine is actually a pretty place though. I've been to Maine before.
I've never been, but I would imagine it's kind of like
Vermont.
Canada.
Vermont is very pretty too.
Been to Vermont.
Yeah.
Burlington.
Burlington. I've
Good
never been to Burlington.
good coat factory.
Burlington.
First time I went there, I put like 3 triple fat gooses on layaway. Great people.
What?
Great people at Burlington.
Anyways,
How'd we
Aaron
get
Ray at
there?
the Blue Note. Check him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go tonight. I want to catch that last show tonight. Hopefully I can make it down there to check it out. But if I don't, I'll definitely. Do we know who's going to be with Terrace after this?
I don't remember.
DJ Drama.
Nice.
Shout out to Drum.
Yeah.
Drum's been doing. Text the group chat last night. Did you go to the album release?
No, I was in the tattoo chair. I wanted to go to the album release and I wanted to go to the Blue Note shit, but I just ended up continued to get tattooed.
Yeah.
So
Pain.
Shout out to DJ Drama. The rollout, all of the releases that he's been doing. The whole Juice thing has been dope.
DJ Drama album is out today. If you're listening to it now, it looks like 14 records, a lot of great features. We heard some of it before that sounded amazing. So I'm excited for Drama. I know he's been working really hard on this. And the mixtapes have been great the past year. So I don't doubt that the album will be even better. So go pick that up. Shout out to Drama, Lake, Cannon, everyone
Shout out to the whole
everyone
team,
that I've
man.
called family, Reddit. You know,
Shout
crew.
Shout out to the whole team. This definitely sounds good. The records that I did hear sounds really, really good.
Which ones are you looking at the track list, right? Which we'll have on the screen for YouTube. Which features do you think you're really gonna like?
Okay, so this is
We
not
listened
me
to
just trying to get back in good graces, but he did play us the Jack Harlow
Oof.
record
He did.
when we were
Saw
in
it.
Atlanta, and I
Sounds hard.
really liked it. That beat was fucking crazy, and Jack went off. And I'm sure they finished it because it sounded very undone at the time.
That Nipsey one was
Yeah, I'm about to
crazy.
say
Yo,
Ray's different.
for real.
The Nip and Jeezy and Blast was the one he played that I was like, yeah, that's hard.
Sci-Hi and LaRussell went crazy on the outro, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
Ross and
Saha, where the
Westside
album
was-
at, man?
That Uzi 42 Doug one was great too.
Yeah, the stuff that he played us sounded great. So I'm excited to sit with this.
I'm
in
excited
its
to
final
hear.
form.
The Wiz Khalifa, T.I. and Simba. I'm excited to hear that for some reason. I don't know. I kind of like that mix.
I just like the
what
fact
was that
that
one?
Drama is like,
He played that for us. Yeah, that shit was fire.
Really?
Yeah, actually, if I remember correctly, Wiz went crazy. And this is bad content because people can actually listen to it right now. But
That's fine.
we're recording on Thursday.
Yeah, fuck it.
And we
Uh,
heard this in like November.
It's good.
Because we're way cooler than you guys.
Yeah,
And
fuck.
just- we're so industry.
Totally.
Like, oh, you guys finally getting this album? Like, oh yeah.
And
Oh, you mean the one he
Terrace
did?
was there too. So
Terrace was
tying
it's definitely a tie-in.
one of our
Yeah.
jazz friends.
Shout out to Drama,
glad
man.
you guys are finally getting this. But I've been at it.
What else we got coming out this today? Any other music came out today?
Well, Tyler just put out 2 Lucy's from. It's a deluxe. I know he's trying not to call it a deluxe. It's records that didn't make the album. It's the call me if you get
Estate
lost.
sale.
The estate sale. Let's just call it what it is. It's going to be a deluxe, but Tyler does things better than most people, so I'm sure it's going to be much better than just.
And I
Lucy's.
just like that name, the estate sale.
Hard.
I like that. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like I
Hard.
like that. Wait, is the album hard or
Are you hard?
Both.
okay?
Yeah,
That's
Julian's
not hip hop.
been
But
having
yeah.
a big hard on.
Well, he was getting hard for men and women in the recent record. Sorry, not sorry.
Hey, there you go.
Good tie-in. Rory.
Yeah, he put out 2 records.
Is Tyler playing with us?
I used to think he was playing with us.
Wow.
But I will
I'm
say, after Sorry Not Sorry coming out yesterday, I do believe him.
Great
if you want to pull
video.
up the lyrics to Sorry Not Sorry,
Wait, you believe him about what?
about him
about him being
boys.
bisexual.
Oh,
I did used to think because the older generation gets so weirded out and gets so homophobic, he just would find it funny.
Mhm.
So he'd go above and beyond. Like,
Like Lil
your
Nas
mentor,
X.
for example, he loved to get homophobic with.
Maul's not homophobic.
Well, it actually worked out because Flex and Maul are both homophobic.
Oh,
How I get thrown into that?
he brought you in. I was about Flex the whole time.
Yeah.
How I get thrown into that?
But yeah, the Sorry Not Sorry record's crazy. The video's really dope. It's him dressed as different parts of his career and kind of just dealing with the identity of every album type shit. And then he beats the fuck out of himself. But he does say, sorry for hiding the guys and sorry to the girls that I lied to about being bisexual. This wasn't what he has been doing before. like this felt very sincere and very honest. That this has not been a troll. I think he leans into it more because he sees it makes people uncomfortable and it's funny. But this felt like a actual.
All right, so
confession.
question: if he is joking around about this, does the LGBTQ other? I don't want to miss any other letters. I know that we've added some more.
Just plus. Just
Plus.
say plus.
Do they have a right to get mad
Squared.
at Tyler for
Squared is
joking
fine.
about that?
I don't know. I mean, I think he's been a
It's
good representation.
Let's ask our
them.
residential gay correspondent, Damaris.
Oh, I thought you were talking
For
about
all
Ed.
women, I speak for all gays.
Yes, this is a
do
great
you
time.
feel like
Wear your
Tyler,
hats.
if he was joking about this,
and wigs.
he has a like the LGBT community? Do they have a real legitimate reason for being upset with him if he is joking about being gay or bisexual?
The LGBTQ plus community will always find something to be upset about. I don't think that this is something for them to be upset about.
Okay.
Me
Especially-
personally, but one of them might say that he's
Someone's gonna be tight about something.
Yeah,
Some would
somebody's
say,
gonna
yeah.
be tight about
Yeah.
something. So
They're often butthurt.
All right.
Anyways,
Get it.
but as far as like
we got to mute his mic. a
yeah,
little
for
bit.
sure, absolutely. But as far as like his audience, like, all right, we've jokingly talked about the conspiracy that Lil Nas X maybe isn't gay. We know that a lot of his audience is from that community.
I saw Lil Nas X at LAX. He's gay.
he hit on you?
No.
He was in Sephora at LAX.
No, the way he was walking, I thought he had wheelies on. That nigga was floating.
Damn, that's kind of
he had the wheelie
He
shoes
walks
on?
like Prince.
Bro,
That's kinda
I
fire.
kid you not. Like, I was like, you know what it is when you just got
So
your
you're
headphones
suggesting
on?
gay men glide.
It's just a certain
kinda
walk.
cool.
Like, it's a certain walk where you know, like, all right, if one of my homeboys was to start walking like that, I would want to pull him to the side and have a conversation. Like, yo, what's up, fam? Like,
Well, we have a long shot camera. Get up and show us.
I could never walk like that. It's just not in my DNA.
What if we like wet the bottom of your foot like your sock? You
Hey.
could, like slide.
Anyways,
So I
That's
looked
it.
up and Lil Nas X was just like floating through the terminal.
kind of baller.
I thought that he was on a hoverboard.
What if he was
Okay.
late to his flight?
No, he wasn't late to a flight.
he was dolo.
That walk. No, he had two security guards with him. But I was just like, I'm like, oh nah, bro. Because I thought that too. I'm like, yo, is this real?
But
Is he
what's
really
the gay walk? Like, if he was,
It's just a certain
security
sachet.
guard
It's
was-
like a sachet to the walk. Yeah, it's like
A
it's
sachet
almost
is
like
funny.
it's almost like a couture walk. You ever see like when the models are modeling couture?
Mhm.
It's a certain walk that they have where it's like you're gonna see every fabric of the garment.
okay,
That's cool.
And Lil Nas X was walking like, not only was he early to his flight,
Mm.
but he was walking
gays,
like
gays are naturally on time.
always on time.
Yeah.
But he was walking like the flight wouldn't dare
That was a
leave
compliment.
without him being on board. So
Mm.
it was kind of like, yes, I'm early, but even if I was late, the flight isn't going anywhere.
All right, what we've all heard the conspiracies about Michael Jackson's voice being completely different than the one that he. You know, what if you caught Lil Nas X like
Mm.
he dipped off to the bathroom and then he just started diddy bopping? Like that's how he walked.
Oh, like he was on his Kaza Sosa?
Yes. Then what would you think?
I would have said, aha! I
Caught
knew
you.
he was lying.
What if he was going to piggyback ride from his security guard all the way through the terminal?
Nah, that would have been a little too much. That would have been like, yo, come on, man.
Well, my point being with Lil Nas X thing, obviously a lot of his fan base is from that community. So if our joking conspiracy was true, I could see the community getting upset because he
Yeah.
is definitely, in that case, would be exploiting for a fan base. Does Tyler have a huge fan base within that community?
No, they hated him. Remember,
Yeah.
for like
Early on.
90% of his career, he
Mm.
wasn't cool with that community.
Yeah, but I mean, he surpassed all of that. Tyler's a superstar.
So, like,
he-
I feel like as a straight man, I can speak for the gays here and say they have no right to be mad.
no, good. Stand out there on that ledge by yourself.
You're not allowed to feel anything.
Lil Nas X quit Raya and stopped dating famous people. I don't know, Julian, if you caught one that I know you're a Raya assassin.
Yes, that's why I haven't seen him on there.
Yeah, he quit.
Well,
He
what
said
are
he
your
doesn't-
what are your settings on?
No, Rye is different. It just you see guys and girls. It's not like it's different. Remember I showed you like the map.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I just assumed your settings were on both. That's why
No, they're
I didn't
not.
know it was. the
So
whole
Raya
crew.
has everybody that's on Raya on the map. Like,
Yeah, you can kind of.
so it's kind of like on X-Men when
Mm.
Professor X was inside the lab and he saw where all the other X-Men in the world were.
it's probably
kinda
what
like
they
the same
designed
thing.
it after. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not really a comic book person, but can someone explain to me why Professor X was like this really amazing, intelligent guy, but he couldn't walk?
He was a mute.
Like,
Yo,
why couldn't he? But you feel like he could do all that? He could cure his legs, no?
No,
The
he was still paralyzed.
But like he could do all.
He's just a
Just-
telepath.
just think harder.
I feel like if you could do that, you could like think your way into walking.
You could float.
He could float.
You could talk Lil Nas X.
Do a Lil Nas X walk.
See?
But again, I don't look at comics like that. I'm not in that world. I just never understood why he was so smart, but also like couldn't.
I could see another TikTok happening.
Didn't
right
Professor X, he took a bullet to the back or something like that,
yeah,
right?
he took a put it.
So did Drake, and he walked.
And had a crazy rap career.
Yeah.
So
This guy's name is Mr. X. You're not a professor
Drake,
anymore.
So Drake has more powers than Professor X. Is what
Yes.
you're saying.
But this is a cartoon. Like,
Drake is
what's
an
my
X-Men?
man's name that's super smart? He passed away, but he was in a wheelchair.
Oh, Stephen Hawking.
yeah.
Like that. I understand
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because that was real life.
because that was real life.
That's real.
But like this guy can come up with magic. Like you can't magically walk.
Telepathy.
Yeah, I think you.
What is it?
If you can,
Telepathy.
if you're telepathic, you should be able to walk.
But that's a different skill set. That's not the same
It's
thing.
not the same thing.
All right, you walk because your brain tells you to walk, right?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
and-
That TikTok,
I mean,
that TikTok is coming.
It doesn't come from the lobe.
It has more. It has more like
Comic
to
book
do with
TikTok
like
would eat you
muscles
up.
and your spine and things like that. But yes, the brain does send a signal to your legs when you want to get up to walk.
His spine is
Yeah,
damaged.
but if that
But if the
nerve
spine takes a bullet,
if that nerve is severed, you can't do it.
And then if you're that smart and your man's could also heal himself anytime
He's
he gets
not
hurt,
smart.
why can't Wolverine fix this motherfucker's legs?
it's not that he's smart. He's a telepath.
because Professor X doesn't have antium in his blood.
Annie,
Well, go get
like
some.
the pretzels.
no, that's
No, that's
Auntie Anne's.
that's Aunt Anne's.
Yeah.
I need
Like
a
his
new
friends can
job.
control the weather. Like
Yeah.
I feel like all of Biden's friends can walk.
They get the pack from Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
You can walk for days.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to talk about Biden. I promise you I wasn't. But
But-
did y'all see when they cut to him when they were talking about the and prayers and condolences to everybody in Tennessee affected by the school shooting? That was like anytime kids are involved, it's like it's insane that this is not the first. Like I think that's like the 129th.
Yeah, I
Mass
think
shooting?
it's 10 at this time last year. I think there's been 10 or 12 more shootings at this point than there were last year.
And by the time you hear this, probably add 2 more.
It's
Deadass.
insane. But they cut to Joe Biden. He was supposed to address the whole mass shooting at the school, and he was joking about chocolate chip ice cream
Mm-mm.
when they cut to him.
Nope,
Is that-
misinformation.
Oh, he got that from Tucker?
Nope. Yep.
He got that from
He
Tucker?
did. Yes.
That's,
Tuck
is that
gave you
not
that?
what
He was going to do a briefing. He was briefed on something completely different than that. What happened was when he walked into the room, that incident had happened. He was unaware of what had happened. He went in under the impression of doing a different type of briefing, a lighthearted one. So he just went in with a jokey thing. And then shortly after that, he
Bad
was
timing.
informed about what happened. And
Oh,
then
so when they
had to-
cut to him, he didn't know yet.
he had no idea what was
Oh,
going
but I'm just
on.
saying that's
Yeah,
what
but
we
of
saw. I
course,
was like,
that was his first time speaking since the incident, so they were assuming it was about that. So then Fox just like fucking rock hard was like, "Oh, look at him talking about ice cream."
And then if you think about it,
That's not what happened.
anytime your grandparents want to cheer you up, what'd they do? They got you ice cream. Biden was just trying to cheer the country up.
My God.
That's all he was doing. He was doing what grandparents do.
Fuck it.
well, I didn't know that.
Maybe he'll send us $1 on
they
Easter.
cut, they cut to him. He was like, I wasn't gonna come down there. I only came down because they said it was ice cream.
That's hilarious.
I was like,
horrible timing.
Wait,
Huh?
what?
He needs a new like
Okay.
joke writer.
All right, but in Fox News' defense,
No, it is, yeah,
That's a great
it is-
timing.
it is funny.
Yeah.
who like, come on, someone around Biden should just keep a camera away from him until he's briefed.
Yeah.
No, okay.
I get it. I get what you're saying. He
All right.
didn't know yet, so he went down there with a whole different thing. But the timing of that was just bad.
It's crazy.
It
Yeah.
I
was
mean,
the timing was
George Bush kept reading that book to those kids during 9/11.
Because he knew already. I mean, sorry.
Oh, it happened?
Sorry. My bad.
That was today.
the wire went through.
Oh, that was today. Is
The
crazy.
wire went through.
I thought the flight was delayed.
the wire went through.
That's
That's,
prayers and condolences to everybody who lost family in the 9/11
That's-
attacks.
For sure.
You're
Yeah,
right.
never
Thank you.
forget.
Thank you,
Well, we
Nurse.
keep forgetting about these kids though. That's nice. They just rinse and repeat.
It's true.
I mean, every single time they use the kid's death as a way to argue about guns or argue about transgender rights at this point, and
Mhm.
let's argue about Van sneakers versus Puma sneakers.
Oh
like,
my God.
Do you guys wanna talk
America
about
is an
that?
SNL sketch in its worst form.
Are you guys anti-gun?
anti-gun.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
I'm not
what are your thoughts
anti-gun.
on gun laws?
I think they need to be stricter gun laws. I think certain guns don't need. I think we don't need automatic rifles. We don't need those type of guns. Those are like killing machines.
Yeah.
Now you talking about just protecting your home and your family and yourself. A handgun to me is acceptable, but these automatic weapons and these rifles, like, they should not be on the streets. They should not be accessible. People should not be able to go and purchase one of those. Like, that's just common sense to me.
and I'm somewhere in the middle. I know you're not allowed to be there. But like I don't think we should arm teachers. Like
no, Jesus Christ, no.
I've dated teachers before. Like
I used to teach.
Julian used to
Julian
teach.
used
Like
to
should we be
teach.
giving these people guns?
If
Fuck
someone
no.
came in my school to harm my kids with a gun, I would shoot them. I would kill them immediately.
I don't think it's that.
If you had a gun.
If I had it, well, I would. It does. You got to weigh out the. I want to talk like Mark Wahlberg and be like, I would have stopped them planes from hitting the towers, but like I would have done everything
That's
in my
crazy.
power to save my students.
Yeah,
Oh no,
John
naturally.
Wick.
If you're a teacher and you have students in your class, I
Kevin
think
Hart
that's the
at the end of
natural
that
thing
Netflix
to
film.
do, protect your kids.
For sure, but I think there's a middle ground we can find where we can have stricter laws on assault rifles, but we can also arm actual security at schools. Like it could be vets or it could be retired cops, like people. And that's also a whole nother fucking thing. I understand,
I would
but
say, please don't put no crazy ass vets in the school with my kids. I'm sorry.
that's also a good point. But that's also, no pun intended, vetting the vets, which they should be doing regardless, because we need to take care of, whether you agree with the wars or not, our troops. They should be going through a psychological process to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
But we can find some type of middle ground with this gun control shit.
Banning assault rifles is probably just the best start.
And I'm also of the belief, of course, people will be able to get illegal guns, but it would help a little bit.
Make it a little harder.
Like,
Just make it hard.
It would help a
Go to
little bit.
Walmart. You can walk around a Walmart with a fucking AR, but I can't take an iPhone and put it to my ear in a Verizon store. Like that's a problem.
That's a thing? I didn't even know that.
In a Verizon store, you can't do
I'm
that.
just saying, like they have these things like locked up and like, but like you go to like the Midwest or anywhere gun store, they're like, yeah, I feel the weight, walk around. It's like, what is wrong with this country?
And it's also, we need to like stop going back to the Constitution.
Yeah,
I know that
that's the
sound.
only
I know it
argument
sounds
hate.
nuts, but that's what we always go back. Oh, it's the Second
Right to bear
Amendment.
arms.
We have to be the militia in case our government gets more guns than us. We should be able to arm ourselves. Our government has nukes, bro. Get a million AR-15s if you want. They could push a button and kill us all.
And not only
so
that,
no,
the
we're not going to win.
The Constitution was written so many years ago. Like it's time to.
You know how long it took to load a rifle in that time?
Like, exactly. Like it's time to
full of shit.
change some of those. Yeah, dump some powder in it.
Yeah, you have some time to reason with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, when I
You're like,
load
look,
this,
man, when I'm done here,
Your ass is grass.
is there another option? Let's talk this out.
We definitely need to revise some of those constitutional rights and things like that, because it's clearly we're the only country that I can think of that deals with this type of shit when it comes to schools and kids being killed, mass shootings. So many stricter gun laws around the world where people wouldn't even think about doing shit like this. There's some countries where the police don't even carry guns.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I mean, obviously we know there's big money involved in this. There's a lot of politics involved in this. And it's just sad that the kids seem to be the ones that are the victims most times with these mass shootings, whether it's elementary schools, college campuses, in the mall. It's time for some real things to happen and real things to change. Or if not, I mean, we at 120 something now. I mean, we're in the third month of the year. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's scary. And, I understand how some parents now are scared to send their kids to school. I can only imagine sending your kid to school and getting a call that a shooter walked in and shot and killed your kid. It's sad, man. It's really sad. But again, prayers is all we can offer at the moment is prayers and condolences to the families and the victims. And hopefully this country does something about it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this new spin? It seems to be two-pronged for this incident. The shooter identified as transgender, and there's this whole conspiracy with the Vans versus the Pumas, which I don't even understand.
The story that I read was that the shooter was potentially targeting the pastor and the pastor's kid.
Oh, you love Fox News.
I
know. It's a war against
that's
Christianity from the transgenders.
They were saying that was what they believe was the intended target was the pastor, because it was a Christian school, right?
It was, yes.
So I believe that's what they're saying. I don't know. We'll get more information, I'm sure, as time goes on. I've seen some people talking about maybe the transgender or the shooter may have been a victim of molestation. These are all kind of conspiracies that they're putting out online. And the shooter was targeting the pastor, trying to get back at the pastor. We don't know. This just happened a few days ago. But what we do know is kids and teachers were killed. Whatever the motive was, that's for the investigators to figure out. But if this person does not have access to a rifle, we're probably talking about this in a different light. Is the bottom line.
Like I really don't think the LGBTQ community is attacking our kids. I think guns might be, but that's just, I mean,
I don't think a
Call me
person's
crazy.
sexual identity or sexual
no, this is just a
preference has
fucking
anything to
awful
do.
person. This is a fucking terrorist. This is just a shitty human being.
I kind of like just remove myself from stories. Like I don't want to dive deep into this. It's depressing and sad. Like if you were to constantly think about all of this shit that happens all the time, like how do you just walk around in life?
Oh, it fucks you up.
Like it fucks you. That's why I'm like, I
it
just have
triggers
to
your
remove
anxiety. You
myself
don't want to
from
put
that.
your kids in school. You don't want to socialize in public settings. We talked about this before. Like it has literally the shooting in Vegas, in particular for me, that definitely changed the way I feel about going to festivals and shit like that.
Yeah,
For
it
sure.
does.
Like that, I was just like, wait, a dude was in a hotel just shooting down at people at a festival?
Yeah.
Like how could you comfortably go to another event like that and that not be on your mind?
I went to Day in Vegas, and that hotel obviously is still there. It's one of their flagship hotels, and the grounds that festival was on, they no longer use. But when I was driving, the Uber driver was like, "You see that window up there?" And it's like all blacked out, and like it's like no one uses this room. He was like, "That's where it happened," and he didn't even need to say what it was. And I just looked down from where it was to the grounds where we were, which used to be the festival grounds, and I was like, "Can you just imagine?" It was just
Like it was open.
It was like a
range.
video game. It was just
Yeah, it was
like
range.
you're just shooting at a
And
gun range.
That's
just
what I'm
picking
saying. So
down on people.
that affects you. It can't. There's no way for you to go to these events and walk outside and go to these places without thinking about that type of stuff. Which is why I try not to really think about it, without coming across as desensitized, because I don't want to seem like I'm desensitized to it. Like, oh, just another mass shooting, just some more kids that were killed, because that's definitely the wrong approach. But with Damaris saying, I agree. It's like I don't want to jump too much into it, because it does affect your day to day. It does affect how you move through life. It does affect if, I want to put my kids in school or have them homeschooled, or, what I mean? It's like where we going as a country, where it's like you're deciding, oh, should I send my kid to school because I'm scared they may get killed at school? Do I homeschool them? Do I go to this event? Do I take my kids to public events?
Bro, they're making bulletproof backpacks like for children.
Yeah, like
This-
that. It's crazy. It's insane. And as a former teacher, I know that this definitely affects you.
When I was teaching, I thought about this, and I have a niece and two nephews that are 9. Every kid that lost their lives in this was 9 years old. I just can't even fathom just seeing one of my brothers go through that, just dropping your kid off at school, and then
and the
it's
actual
just- yeah.
kids, it's probably at the fact check for me, but probably the highest peak of ADHD period, I would imagine, is now.
Oh, yeah.
Anxiety.
Now imagine in your backpack is a Kevlar vest.
Yeah. How are you supposed to learn?
I
It's not a
couldn't learn in
learning
a
environment.
healthy environment. I was having trouble.
Yeah.
Now I have Kevlar in my backpack.
And
Chemistry doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
the,
I'm going to be paranoid as fuck.
the generational damage, just the psychological damage this is going to do to every kid, adult that was in the school when this happened. Like, these kids that's the most impressionable age of your
Oh,
life.
yeah.
So these kids are forever, when they think of school, they're going to think of murder, and they're going to think of fear. Like, this is just going to ruin. We're seeing it now. The Sandy Hook kids that are older are still fucked up. Like, you don't heal from stuff like this. So the more these happen, the more we're just creating long-term damage.
I remember I was in school, like the thing that we did was fire drill. That was like,
Of course, yeah.
the fire drill was just an excuse to be outside
Those
for
were
a few
lit.
minutes. Yeah, that was fun. We outside, we chilling. Now you have drills where active shooter drills,
Yeah,
where you got to hide
very common
in the
too.
schools, and you got to. It's like,
Proper approaches, locking
And they
doors,
actually,
everything.
these kids are actually paying attention because they see what's going on the news, and they're scared. Like us, when we did fire drills, we were fucking around. Like
The
we
whole
weren't
time.
really,
Yeah.
we weren't really paying attention. But these kids are like,
It's sad, man.
like daughter used to come in, like she knows about all of this stuff. That shit is so scary.
Yeah.
it's sad, and
Our schools were assholes, though, for doing that in the wintertime.
Oh my
I used to
god,
hate
the
that
fire
shit.
drill in the
I am
wintertime.
going to get sick.
yeah,
Even during 9/11, we were fucking around. Because, we didn't know, we were lied to. They told us a pipe burst in the building. Everybody get under your desk. We were just like, ho, ho, ho. Like, we
Yeah.
didn't
We just
really
had to
know what was
stay in
going
place,
on.
Drew. I think
But
we
now-
just like stood there.
yeah. But now
Our
an active
teachers
shooter
left
drill
us.
is like a different level of fear,
Yeah.
because it's like, all right, is this a drill, or is this somebody actively in the school
Yeah.
letting off shots? Again, prayers and condolences to everybody in Tennessee affected by this. Another tragedy for this country.
And you bring up the Vegas one, too. Just had my mind back to probably the most secure city in America as far as surveillance.
Right.
There's not a single corner of Vegas that is not on camera or monitored at all time. I don't know if you guys watched the doc of the
Mhm.
Vegas. for a whole week. He was just bringing in artillery, like bags upon bags all week. He stayed in that hotel room.
Yeah, I don't listen, man. You know, again, it starts at the top. It starts at the government. It starts at the laws, and clearly something has to be done because other countries do not experience this. They do not go through this. It's just something that doesn't happen. So I don't know how America doesn't look at that and say, all right, we're doing something completely wrong here and make some changes immediately. But they'll probably make some changes to, you know, what we can access on the internet. And I've seen that China and Russia have moved away from the US dollar. All of these things happening. And we're sitting here worried about same-sex marriages and, you know, that's the focus. Yeah, it's stupid. It's dumb shit. Protect the kids, protect the people, protect the citizens, and get rid of these assault rifles because there's no need for them there just simply to kill massive amounts of people at a time. Yo.
Chew Live crew here.
Live and direct.
Bricked up.
No, you're not bricked up right now. You shouldn't be.
Not yet.
Okay.
As soon as I take that blue chew, though, tonight it's on.
Oh, you got a lovely lady coming over, huh?
Of course.
Oh, remember the days when you just was ready?
Mm-hmm.
Days are long gone.
Not anymore.
Long behind us.
And what's going on out in these streets right now? I need the chew, man.
Yeah?
I'm going to start losing women to men that are on these shoes.
Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex.
It does.
Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code RoryNMal at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping.
That's BlueChew.com. Promo code RoryNMal to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. But to lighten the mood, at what age can you stop participating in April Fools? And if you ever were to get in a relationship, would you be able to do those couple prank things that I see on IG and TikTok?
Like fake breakup?
Like just when couples prank each other, like it would be fun for me for like a week and then I would go too far.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be the downfall of the relationship. It would be cute and funny in the beginning and then it'd get really
Then you
bad.
have to bury her.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff is cool, but
I'd unconsensually freeze her eggs.
I'm not with
What?
like wait, what?
April Fools.
It's like
I don't even know if you can do. I don't even know how to do that.
I was about to say I don't even know if that's possible. I'm cool with
Edit. I don't know.
I'm with the April Fool shit, but you know, I'm just not
You're
with. Don't film that shit and put it on social media.
You're not.
what's
with
the
funnies.
point?
Like, oh, everything has to be filmed and put on social media, right?
Kind of.
Or it
yeah.
didn't happen.
To Damaris's point, yeah.
Does a relationship even exist if it's not on social media?
We heard what Damaris said about Valentine's Day.
Or birthdays.
That's on Patreon.
Or women?
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't do some April Fool's pranks? You and the fellas? You and your jazz group chat?
Me and the Rat Pack.
You and the Harlem Nights.
I'm
You
with.
wouldn't untune his
It
saxophone?
gotta be
April
funny
Fools?
though. It has to be funny. It can't be like some corny shit.
Yeah, I got a baby on the way. April Fool's jokes. Ugh, they're so old.
That's probably 101, right?
Yeah.
People just posting the ultrasound.
Yeah. God.
You can't do that anymore. Bieber got canceled for doing that years ago.
Bieber did not get canceled, number one, but I don't remember that.
He dropped
He's
still selling out.
thriving right now.
dropped
Actually,
a hard R. They gave him the Grammy, but he dropped a fake ultrasound picture, and women were saying that's insensitive to women that can't carry to term. So him and Haley had to put out an apology
everything
statement.
is insensitive. The world.
Yeah.
Like everything is insensitive. Like when can we get back to just like, okay, that was a joke, ha ha, ha, and that was it.
But let's not pretend like April Fools. Like we don't need to protect April Fools.
No. That's
April
not
Fools was
something-
always kind of corny.
I actually forget sometimes that like that's not even a real like thing. Like April Fools, somebody does something stupid. Oh, April Fools. I'm looking at them like, okay, I guess.
Can we look up the history of April Fools? I'm sure it has a racist undertone somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sure, it goes back to the
Definitely.
South.
Absolutely. April Fool's Day or April All Fool's Day
Mm.
is an annual custom on April 1st consisting of practical jokes and hoaxes. Jokesters often expose their actions by shouting April Fools at the recipient. Mass media can be involved with these pranks, which may be revealed as such the following day. The custom of setting aside a day for playing harmless pranks upon one's neighbor has been relatively common in the world historically.
Let's get to the origin.
They got me last year.
In 1508, French poet Eloy de Mervel referred to a poison d'Avril,
croissant.
possibly the first reference to celebration in France. Some historians suggest that April Fool's originated because in the Middle Ages, New Year's Day was celebrated on March 25th in most European towns, with a holiday that in some areas of France specifically ended on April 1st. And those who celebrated New Year's Eve on January 1st made fun of those who celebrated on other dates
You fool.
by the intervention.
What the fuck?
Why did you sound
Yeah,
like
why did you
I
do
was trying to
that?
sound old.
that's
Lucky
racist,
Charms.
first of all.
Sound old?
Wait, so the New Year's Eve crew didn't get along with the April
Yeah, it
April
was a
Fool's
beef.
Day?
It was a beef.
Yeah, there was beef.
It was like, yo, are you stupid for celebrating New Year's Day on New Year's Day?
Uh-huh.
Of course, right?
You guys celebrated on, March 25th.
So it's a French thing. That makes sense. I watched The Patriot. They were like, hey, we'll help you in the Civil War.
Yeah.
April Fools.
Yeah.
We're never coming. So yeah, it makes sense. I get it. It's the French.
Do you-
They always fool us.
Have
World
you guys
War
ever been
One,
pranked?
two? No, I've never been to France.
No, pranked.
No, pranked.
Oh, I've been pranked.
I've never been to
April
France.
Fools.
I thought he said he'd been to France. We were supposed to go to France, but we got too drunk.
Well, that sounds about right.
We had a blue chew
Shoot
headache.
up and hungover.
Jesus.
Nasty
You can't get on that
times.
train to Paris with a blue chew headache.
No.
It just doesn't work that
It
way.
doesn't work out.
No, I don't do pranks because I come from a bloodline of people that will take it too far. And that's setting up,
Yeah. I don't take pranks like lightly. Like you prank me, I better be able to know it's like a joke. Like I better be able to tell within the first 10 seconds it's a joke.
I was at a family wedding, and someone threw a dinner roll at my godfather's ear.
Smart.
Like a hard dinner roll, not like one of the fluffy ones. Like it had been sitting, this was past
Damn.
the reception time.
Oh, so it's like a rock.
Everyone laughed but my godfather. There's two things my godfather is: petty and rich.
Racist.
Oh, three things.
No. Well,
Three things.
he grew up in the 70s. You make a judgment call.
Oh, gotta love the 70s.
He hates your co-host.
Oh, he hates me. Hey, holds the nigger.
Yo, please.
He definitely leans over everywhere. Hey, holds the nigger.
Throws a dinner roll at him.
Throws a banana at me.
It calls it a ration.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
see, I don't even like
I didn't
white
say
people
that.
be
Maul
making
said
jokes
that.
like
Yeah.
and
I
shit.
didn't say anything. I was laughing. I didn't say anything.
Okay, well, this is gonna get worse then.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I love it.
Especially since we're making these jokes because this part is serious.
Mhm.
All right, so everyone laughed but my godfather. He was like, I really just took a shot to the ear type of thing.
Hey, yo.
He's very patient too. So about like a year and a half later,
Oh my god.
He laid on that for
What
a year
a
and a half.
demon.
He let that
That's
shit
some
simmer.
psycho shit.
oh, it's gonna get worse.
You brought that roll home?
He took out a huge ad in all the local papers around this specific town in the Jersey Shore where this gentleman lived that threw the dinner roll at his ear. Took out ads in every single paper around the town so the guy wouldn't go get his local paper and see the ad, and put NAACP pancake breakfast, 6 a.m., free pancakes till noon, and put the gentleman's address. He sat outside
Oh my god.
He
that's
sat outside
incredible.
of the gentleman's house with a video camera. It was a little while ago, before phones had cameras. And sat out there from 4 a.m. and watched bus loads of black kids show up to this guy's front
That's
doorstep
so fucked up.
asking about,
That's sick.
like
That's sick.
churches.
That's hilarious.
Did like everyone,
That's
like, it was like all are welcome. NAACP pancake breakfast, free pancakes for the entire community.
That's
Bus-
a great prank.
Bus
very
loads.
Hilarious.
Gets worse.
Oh.
Another year passes.
Oh, he
He
dragged.
doubles down?
It was a hard dinner roll.
Back to back?
Well, damn, how hard was the dinner roll?
How hard was the throw?
Shit.
He takes out another ad, same strategy. Antiques and baseball cards, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning. So many fucking old people showed up to this gentleman's house at 5 a.m. looking for antiques and baseball cards.
Nah, I'd have had to shoot your
I like shit.
godfather.
But shit like that, I like
Oh,
shit
that's
like
my
that,
Uncle
though.
Kevin. He's
Oh,
there.
I love shit like
That's
that.
great, though.
That's great shit. That's a good prank.
I feel like you
Stuff
should have doubled
that
down
is
on the
prank.
blacks. That
Sending
probably would've been
black
great.
people to a New Jersey man, middle-aged man's
The
house
Shore.
in the
Yeah.
shore.
Talking south of
Pancakes.
First of all,
Monmouth
he
County.
put mad of my
Pancakes.
people at risk because
Yeah,
pancakes.
that's stand your ground law.
For pancakes.
Wow.
Air it
Okay,
out
you
on
know,
some
as whites,
pancakes.
we don't like think things through. That never crossed his mind, and that actually never crossed my mind either. That could have got dangerous.
Yeah.
of course
That
not.
coulda
It's
got
fucking
really
white
dangerous.
privilege.
But that's the point of a prank, though.
I was fucking 12. I wasn't in on the prank.
It was Rory's idea to do pancakes.
Yeah.
Wait till he found out that Rory's the one that threw the roll.
Rory said, make it yeah.
the twist the pot.
This is Clue. Like the whole time it was me.
Whole time it was Rory that threw the roll.
That's crazy.
A prank like that is
So
cool
what
though.
did
I like
the
pranks
guy
like that.
How did the guy had to know at some point that it was your fucking godfather?
Yeah. And we all laughed about it for a whole nother year. And then he did the antiques and baseball cards a year later.
He was like, "Oh, it's such a hit the first go around."
You gotta go.
Yeah,
with
we
the
have to come
antique.
on. We need the second movie.
Got the blacks to come
Where's
out
the
one year.
sequel?
Here come the old people the next year.
The gays was next.
Nah,
But-
see, now that's
Oh
that right there. You
my
can't prank the gays. Don't do that. Because see, the gays will take that offense like you had us get up in the morning and come here.
You think gays sleep in?
Yeah.
They'll say it's a hate crime.
You think gays? What the fuck
That's
is
kinda
wrong
funny.
with you?
I was the one that said that they're always on
I
time.
had a good comeback,
Yeah.
but that might have been the one that got us canceled.
Say it.
No,
No. Don't.
I'm not gonna do
Don't.
it.
I
have a
stand with
family.
Tyler.
You don't even know Tyler.
I don't know him. Never met him. Well, yeah, that's how my family does pranks. So I try to stay
I
away
like
from
that, though.
pranks because I'll
That's
take
like
it
thought
too
out.
far.
That's thought out. That's like strategic. That's a prank. That's a prank. The pranks where you, hey, hi, you throw a bucket of flour and water on my head. That's not,
That's a lot.
I'm not laughing at
That's
that.
not fun.
That was a challenge on Twitter.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing, don't do that.
Well, some of the biggest brands have done some pretty good pranks over the years. Burger King did a left-handed Whopper in 1998
That's funny.
as
I
a
feel seen.
April rollout, which I know, yeah, Rory, we can resonate with this. They
Yeah,
had a
you know,
whole
it's like-
campaign about inverted condiments that were specifically made for left-handed people.
It's true.
The way you
Love it.
hold a burger was made for left-handed people, which is pretty interesting. They also did another prank about one.
Are you one of those lefties that can like write with your right though?
No, I can
Yeah, but
use a,
that's-
well, you don't need to anymore, but I could use a computer mouse with my right hand because when they brought computers to my junior high, like when that became a thing, the teachers were so scared that we were going to ruin them, they wouldn't let me take the mouse and put it on the other side. So I learned how to just use a computer mouse with my right hand, but I can't write with my right hand.
Wait,
For
I did
shit.
that too. But is that not just because that's how they're supposed to be?
Computer mic?
They just would
Yeah.
not allow me, the teachers, to move the mouse to my left hand where I wanted to use it.
I practice doing things with my left hand. So like I practice brushing my teeth with my left hand.
beating off.
Jerk off.
I could, if I practice jerk, I would still be jerking off.
Y'all never switch to the left every once in a while?
Oh, yeah.
Feels like
I'll go
it's
to the
person.
right. I'll do the pepper grinder. I'll go.
You throw two hands.
Ambidextrous.
that's nasty.
Yeah,
That's called self-love,
How's that
Damaris.
nasty?
That's-
Yeah.
that's-
How's that nasty?
That's
You're
self-care.
going like
That's
this.
self-care.
But you didn't hear it, Eden. I jerk with my left so I could pretend it's somebody else.
Yeah, call it a stranger.
Yeah.
You sit on your
You
hand.
sit on it, you lose the
Yeah,
blood
see,
flow.
look,
It's
I'm
white
not
boy shit. You
alone.
wouldn't
Yeah.
understand.
That is white boy shit.
In the jazz chat, we talk about it.
You sit on your hand.
The left hand.
It's from a movie.
So
what
get-
movie is that from?
Yeah, I forgot what it is.
It's I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the concept is you the nerves in your hand go numb, so
numb.
when you jerk off, you don't feel it. You don't feel it in your hand.
So it's not gay?
It's
Yeah.
just like
It's
you're
just
fucking.
air
It's-
getting air fucked.
No, but you
Something
feel
as
like
us
the grip.
whites learn at summer camp when we're
Yeah.
kids. Something like that.
Look
you
at
know.
what y'all be doing at camp.
I never went to camp.
You never went to, it says a lot.
That
about
makes
you.
more
You never
sense.
went to
How does
camp?
that make
That
sense?
says a
I was I did like sports and shit.
Or you fucking-
Well, there's
Well, camp,
basketball
right?
camps.
I
Basketball
didn't,
camp.
like they weren't overnights. I went to like those things.
Oh, those are just like watch the kid while I'm
But
I was
out.
about to
day-
say
day
that's
camp.
just
That's-
daycare with
that's
activities.
Daycare. That's
Yeah.
daycare with
I did
activities.
fucking the City Rocks. I played basketball. I didn't do.
Yeah, that's daycare activities. Drop the kid off at the gym.
I mean, we had like tournaments that I would go like away for, but it wasn't camp. It was business.
They have adult camps. I remember
I want to do that.
yeah, we talked about it. One of our I think our first 30 episodes, we talked about going
wanna
to
do
a
an
day
adult
camp
camp.
with the crew. I think that would be great if we
That's
could take.
fire. But it got to be activities though. Like we got to.
Oh no, they have like wine. They have like swinging from shit into the ocean. They have like the boxing.
They have
where
that
you
at
try to
every
knock each
resort.
other
Like,
into
give
the
me something
water.
else. Give me like camp stuff.
Can you guys swim?
No,
You don't know how to swim?
I can't swim.
You look mad buoyant.
Yeah, you look
I
like
am
you would just
very
float.
buoyant.
You would just float.
I am
You don't need
very
to swim.
buoyant. Yeah.
You look
But
mad buoyant.
You feel like I feel like you would just turn a lot, so you would need to get the balance,
Like a
more like a
beach
beach ball. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I could do that.
How you don't know how to swim?
I never learned.
He lives in the city.
I almost drowned as a child.
We grew up in the same neighborhood.
Yeah,
There's
I-
pools.
I didn't really care for one in the pool.
Pools are disgusting when you think. When you really
They're
get into a
gross.
pool, pools are because you
Are
know
they though?
nobody. Pools are disgusting.
Mad chlorine.
Everyone's-
Chlorine cures
fuck
all.
that
Everyone's
chlorine.
peed in a pool here before, right?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You got to.
Okay,
You
just
got
making
to pee in a
I've never
pool.
Like,
been to a
as an
pool. You guys are
adult?
gross.
No, as a child.
Oh, for sure, as a
teenager?
kid. Yeah.
As an adult, I hope you're not.
Yeah,
peeing in
I
a
hope
pool.
not. You could really just
As
get
a
out.
kid, you've definitely peed in the pool
Yeah.
before.
I did a swimming program when I was a kid at Boys and Girls Club. Yeah, I learned to swim early.
I think
That's not a
think
thing?
I think you should.
Yeah.
I thought it was a thing. I think you should learn to swim early because you lose that. You don't have a fear as much as a kid.
Well, I don't have a
Water.
choice anymore now.
Well, now you're just scared of.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you scared of water?
It's my fat ass. Because I can't. I'll drown, bro. What you mean?
No, but it's what's the thing about swimming is it's really not that difficult. Like it's just the fear of the water is what's like keeping you from
Wait,
swimming.
you can not drown though, right? Because there's swimming and then there's just like
I've never really
not
tried.
Staying
surviving.
alive.
Like yeah,
I can survive. I
I've
can't
never
swim.
like
but I can
tread
survive.
water.
I've never.
You
really
can't swim
tried.
either.
You don't know how to swim, Damaris?
Statistically,
I'm a black girl getting my like face and edges and everything wet. Because in order to swim, you have to put your face in the water.
Mhm.
I wasn't doing that shit. And pools also gross me out. So I just no. But I know how to stay alive. Like I can stay alive.
And you wore a t-shirt when you went in the pool?
No.
Okay.
I didn't.
For our next vlog, can we just throw them in the water and see what happens?
Hell fucking no.
Just
Give
push
me
them.
another dumbass
Push
tattoo.
Damaris and Eden.
I'll take another tattoo.
No, I'm with pushing you in the pool.
I'll pay
Eden
for
have
edges
like
and
have a
weave.
swim race.
No, just 2 stopwatches who can like tread and survive.
As
the
long as
longest.
Maul's my lifeguard, I'm quick.
We'll be there to take you out, but we just want to see who can
Maul
like
Hasselhoff?
stay the longest. Maul ass.
Damaris and Eden in the swim off is hilarious. Because
I would like to see it.
Damaris ain't trying to put her face in the water.
Nah, I'll smoke him in a swim off. I will smoke him.
How?
I can
Sure,
swim
take that-
underwater,
take that
but I
W.
can't I can
just
swim
said-
underwater.
You
He got
said
his
you don't like
back
getting your
waxed, though.
face wet.
Yeah, I don't. But what I really don't like is when when you're like swimming and your face is
Buoyant
halfway in
through
the
it, yeah.
water and
No
like
hair
the
to
water's
stop.
like splashing you in your face. I hate that.
So
Like
you'd
I'd
rather-
rather just swim underwater all the way
Got you.
than the
I don't know
splashing in
what
the
the-
face.
I mean,
You don't think like instincts will set in? Like once Eden's back gets wet, you don't think?
All right. You good one.
took it too far.
Yeah.
He's
Took it too
been
far.
waiting to make
Yeah,
that.
he was waiting for that one.
Basketball camp taught me my 8th grade year going into 9th grade that I wasn't fit for basketball. I went to basketball camp at Basketball City and they paired me with all the kids from Cooper houses in Brooklyn. And
Rory's like,
And
I'll go rebound.
and I only and I only know
Rory's
that
white ass playing against a bunch of dudes from the projects.
and I only know that because they kept screaming Cooper in my ear and I'll never forget it.
Cooper is hilarious.
Cooper, bitch.
And what's fucked up is on my mother's side, like her maiden name isn't Cooper, but there's a lot of Coopers on her side. So like I've had PTSD at family functions when the Coopers come because it just reminds me of that summer.
It's like the Coopers are here. You just see, like look over and see a basketball.
And mind you, I didn't know what they meant for
who
so
sent
long.
you to that basketball camp?
My mom. I went to that camp summers before, but I was never paired with the kids from Cooper.
Who were you paired with before that?
I mean, just the kids that were there.
The whites?
No, it was a pretty mixed crowd.
Oh, okay. A
Yeah.
mixed crowd.
Yeah. It was racially diverse.
Basketball camp is hilarious though, because you meet so many people that really are, they're only there because their parents have nowhere else to send them during the day.
Mhm.
It's like, bro, you're not athletic at all. Why are you here? It was a dude called Snacks. at
There's
camp
always
one time.
there's always a dude
Love
named Snacks.
No, but he pulled a snack out of his like basketball shorts
like
in the middle of
heavyweights?
a game.
That's crazy.
Like he pulled like a chocolate bar out of his shorts in the middle of. Like, he's on the court
That's hard.
playing,
What a
refs
smart
and everything.
guy.
I was like,
He has to keep his sugar level
What
at
if
a
he
certain
died?
I
age.
guess so. He was progressive because now I get it. I'm like, he was about to pass out. He didn't want that to happen.
And he's the one that just
Yeah,
that
that's
just
what it
gets
is.
tired and sits in the paint,
Yeah,
throws
no,
elbows eventually.
No, I get it. Shout out to Snacks. I understand it. Now that I'm older, I know, you was about to faint. Your blood sugar level was low. I get it now.
Well, shout out to everyone in Cooper houses. Every time I go to Brooklyn Steel, I look at you guys across the street, and I
They
have
gonna
shivers
jump
come
your
down my
ass.
body.
Rory, like he set good screens in basketball.
Rory looked like he plays hella fundamental.
No,
He knows the ins and outs.
Real,
He does the stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. Like
real.
Rory's one of those guys that said energy. You gotta have energy. It finds the ball. Like,
Rory calls the team timeout.
yeah. I knew how to take a charge early.
Oh, I was about to say, I know you could take a good ass
taking a charge and pick up basketball is
It's
definitely one
insane.
of the most insane. Like every
On
dude
concrete,
that ever,
when
every
your
dude
Ass
that-
hits the concrete.
Yo, every dude that ever did that, I just want to know where they're at in life. Yeah, they're either locked up or like just coming home from a bit. To
If you
take a charge in the park on concrete, what are you
It is
doing?
kind of nuts.
Like what are you thinking?
And you close your eyes during the charge?
Oh, of course. And I even
That's
cover
how
my
you do
nuts.
it.
I went like this.
Cover your chest.
No, nah, you gotta cover your nuts.
Yo. Yo.
I never took a charge on concrete, but I probably took a charge on the hardwood. I probably did.
I'm never taking
Why
a
Rory
charge.
throw up the Wakanda?
I was a
I've never taken a charge of basketball. Never. Are you kidding
And
me?
mind you,
we'll get that shit. If he score, we getting it right back. I'm not taking no charge.
I was so small that
I used to take
it was a
charges
blocking
lot.
foul, but because I was so small,
They
it
had
looked
to
like
call
a
a
charge.
charge. Yeah.
I just got manhandled.
I remember they had me ref one time at camp. They had me ref like a game. Never again.
Yeah.
Oh, I got cursed out. So they like, what the fuck are you looking at? It's like, yo, I'm not a ref, fam. I'm actually enjoying the game. I forgot I had to whistle. I'm like, my bad. Like, I didn't call a foul. My fault.
For the longtime listeners, we do want to know, at any point did you plant your feet with Ray Rice?
Man, Ray Rice dogged my ass, man. He did. No, Ray, that motherfucker's strong, man. You know when somebody's strong when they run past you and bump you a little bit and just knock you all off your
still
shit?
move?
I'm like, yo, I'm not guarding this dude.
Listen, once I got to Basketball City, I had to change my game because I thought I was good at basketball until you meet people that are good at basketball.
Yeah.
So I was never the guy that was like always played defense or took charges. But once I got to that level of basketball, my only strategy was play defense till he gets annoyed. You know the annoying kid, like, all right, why are you doing a full court press right now?
Yeah.
Oh, he was one of those guys.
It's pickup.
Annoying as fuck.
Oh,
Annoying
God.
as fuck.
So it was a psychological thing.
I
That's all it was.
saw a clip of
Penetrating dish every time.
of Matt Barnes and Isaiah Thomas was talking about how Larry Bird used to talk shit, and he said Larry Bird was offended whenever he would step on the court and it would be like a white guy guarding him. Like he only wanted, like he felt like it's a level of respect when you have a black guy guarding me.
Okay.
Like I don't put no white boy on me because I'm gonna smoke.
That sounds like liberal white guilt to me.
No, that sounds like just a white boy that had a whole lot of game and was like, listen, don't put no white boy on me because I'm smoking their ass. I keep telling people Larry Bird is one of those basketball players that people forget about because he wasn't
because we're
athletic.
We're not as old as you.
Well, no, it just looking at just highlights. He wasn't like an athletically, he didn't have a bunch of muscles. He wasn't super quick. He didn't jump high. But I tell people all the time, like, do your due diligence on Larry Bird. Look at his games. Look at his highlights. Look at his averages. Like, Larry Bird is easily one of the greatest basketball players that I think gets overlooked because of how he looked.
Elite shit talker, too.
Oh, my God.
We never talk about the reverse of the stereotypical joke when it's like the one black guy in the pickup game and you pick him and he's not good at basketball. We've seen that sketch a million times. We never talk about when you're the one white guy and everyone assumes, all right, if he's white, he got to be nice if he's here.
He's a shooter.
He's a
shooter.
Guess
Larry Bird did that for them.
I'm saying, guess who wasn't a shooter? Rory.
And Rory is such a name where if you were a shooter, like that would sound like a crazy nickname.
I had handle, and that's pretty much as far as it went.
Yeah,
Like-
you could dribble?
Yeah, and I could pass. I knew my strengths once I got to Basketball City.
Okay.
In my neighborhood, I could shoot,
Yeah.
but I wasn't contested that much.
I got you. Okay. It's
Yeah.
important to know your skill set when you playing ball
For sure.
or
And-
any sport.
And I was a fucking dirty asshole defender. Like I'm pulling on your shirt when the ref can't see the entire time. I'm gonna annoy the fuck out of you.
That would be
We
Rory.
should
100%.
we should get into like a league like this fall winter.
A
Like
podcast
men's
league?
Not
Yo,
a
a podcast basketball league skit would be fucking.
I would want to do it for real though.
I'm taking our I'm good. So we'll play any fucking podcast.
I'm trying to think. I know Gilly could ball.
Yeah, Gilly could hoop.
But outside of that, I don't know. We don't even need to cover Elliot. Like, just leave
just give
him.
me
Let's
the
do
ball.
boxing one on Gilly. Just leave Elliot open. I don't care.
Yeah, leave Elliot open. If he knocks one down, so we'll live with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banking a three.
Yeah, we'll live with it.
I mean, I know Nori's been running on Instagram, but he still smokes cigarettes. I'm not worried about
leave
Nori.
him open.
But I think like if we were to make that a skit where it literally show everybody personality, like Nori got tired and like pulled out like a fifth out like his pocket. And was like, I'm gonna catch up. Like I think that would be so fucking funny.
I'm with it.
Have
Yeah,
like
we should-
Weezy cheerleader. You have Weezy and Mandy on the side.
Nah,
like cheerleader.
Weezy will be playing. Let her hoop.
You don't think Weezy? I think Weezy got some handle.
Yeah, I think Weezy could play. I think she could play basketball. I think she didn't she play basketball?
I have
wouldn't be
never had that
surprised.
conversation
I think
with her.
Weezy told me she played basketball in high school, if I'm not mistaken.
This isn't a slight to horrible decisions. I just listened to the content. The amount of basketball interactions they've had, I'd imagine
Yeah.
they picked up on
They handle a lot of
on
balls.
something.
Well, Mandy.
I will tell you this: they will be dressed in the best practice shorts of anyone there.
God.
Yes.
Yes,
Exclusive
absolutely.
shit.
Oh man, gotta can't wait to see what they're wearing.
What do we think, Eden? If we do 5-on-5, I think we should take Yomi instead of Eden, right?
Eden would be like the equipment manager.
Y'all are very
Not
much
the water
underestimating.
boy.
Who-
Eddie,
he,
you could play a little bit.
he might Bill Murray.
Yeah,
it.
You went to
Space
Cardinal
Jam, you
Hayes,
never know.
bro. You better be able to
Y'all
play
are very
basketball a
much
little bit.
underestimating me.
Oh shit, you knife?
He went to Hayes. He got it. He was there with some dudes that played
Wait,
basketball.
but what era though? Hayes is good now. Hayes wasn't good before.
Hayes was pretty good.
Hayes
back
was
then,
always
too.
decent.
Yeah.
They
When I
always
was in
keep it
high school,
decent.
they
Yeah, but
St.
also
Raymond's
Eden
was better.
didn't
We're not the
play.
same
He was
age
in
group.
band.
Oh, yeah,
Also,
I
Eden was in
also,
band
I
and
wasn't
theater.
playing, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if
Band
I
was
was
great
great,
at
but
the-
I'm
at
not
the
playing
parade.
fucking what is it called?
Basketball.
Varsity? Yeah,
Basketball?
I'm not doing varsity.
what is it called?
Yeah.
Never mind.
All right, yeah.
Yo,
Yomi.
yo, Yomi.
Say Yomi.
Alright.
Lace the sneakers
Yeah.
up.
Yo, me. We got you.
Baisley.
Yo, having Baisley? is
Anyone.
crazy.
We
Basically
not
be
taking
like
Benner.
Airbud.
Benner's tall. I feel like.
Oh wait,
Benner
we
play
get Benner.
basketball, though.
Oh, true.
No, and Benner can play basketball. I've
Yeah.
seen Benner play. Benner
Yeah.
can bowl. Oh yeah, I forgot we get Benner.
Puts down the cigarettes. Yeah.
We'd have a good team.
Yeah.
We would have a good team for sure.
Oh,
And then you would set good screens. Strong like
100%.
bull. Strong.
I feel like Eden will just like fall mad hard off the charge. Like,
Eden, they down you, bro.
Yeah,
I got a feeling you would. You know what? We talking all this shit about Ed. He would be the one to hit the game when they shot. That's just how life goes.
'Cause he'd be left
well, that's how
open.
movies go.
But that's how life goes.
Oh, Eden's like Rudy.
He's like
Rowdy.
he's like the ginger kid in the big green.
Eden is like Rudy.
Like, I didn't do anything. Y'all just carried me out.
Yo.
Who's off
Julian, you
sides.
definitely cried watching Rudy.
But no, those kind of movies don't do it for me.
He's a lot. Well, you cried during the Polar Express, but not Rudy.
You
Yeah.
cried during the Polar
Because he's a
Express?
Christian.
You definitely cried during Rudy. Don't do that.
Nah.
All right.
Yes.
Can we get into Rudy though for a second?
We did before, but
In the scope of his life, like was that what if Rudy end up being? Like talk about living in the glory days, bro.
no, it said something at the end. He went on
He
to
did get a
something.
movie out of it.
He was productive in life. Don't do that.
Wait,
What did he do with his degree?
Was it based
Oh.
on a true story?
Yeah.
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 Oh, I didn't know that.
They embellished for sure, but because listen, I get it. It's commendable. He worked on his grades, got into Notre Dame. That's an incredible school.
Mm-hmm.
Who can say they've played football at Notre Dame, was on the field? I get all that shit. But like, what did he do with the degree afterwards?
Well,
What was it worth it for that one quarter when they were being blown out?
no, well, Notre Dame was winning that game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing was about him just wanting to get on the field. He grew up a big Notre Dame fan. His family, his dad was a big Notre Dame fan.
I get that. But once that last game is done, he's 22. Like, what happened after?
Well,
Was it all worth that moment?
well, he went on to be he's a motivational speaker now
Oh, so he was
and
just
an author.
This was a scam. He was just a scammer.
Oh well, he did a pump and dump scheme. Well,
I didn't
an alleged pump and dump scheme.
I didn't even know that, and it's proving my point even more. Yeah, he was just using the glory days, which wasn't much glory. It was just one fucking down.
That's all right.
One down.
He lived the dream. He went out there with the gold on, the gold helmet.
Vince Vaughn went to the league. Like, that's the story. I want to follow that story. This guy just became a motivational speaker and a scammer.
5'6", 165, playing defensive end.
He was a unit.
That's
unit.
insane.
He was a unit.
That's just bad coaching.
Yeah, it's just horrible recruiting. Yeah, why would you put him in?
He was determined.
And he was offsides.
Great movie. Legendary story.
And did he even get paid off that?
Of the movie?
I'm just saying, if you're going to go to Notre Dame, use the degree of how amazing that school is, not just to do one down in the fourth quarter.
Sean Astin was a great actor.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
My favorite Sean Astin movie besides The Goonies, which is obviously legendary. Toy Soldiers. Y'all remember that movie?
Oh.
Yeah. Wow.
Love
course.
that movie.
Wow.
Love Toy Soldiers. Classic. Y'all don't know nothing about Toy Soldiers.
He might be an underrated actor. He's just always going to be Rudy for the rest of his life.
100%.
That's just what sucks with those types of things.
It's a classic movie.
I don't
Speaking of
I
movies,
just think, and we can clean this up, but I mean, I just think he was just an idiot. I just think his priorities were wrong. That's all.
Sean Astin,
No, Rudy.
you don't know him.
No, I watched the movie though. It was accurate.
No, it was not, man. You just said they embellished.
Fair
Go
enough.
on to the next topic. Y'all are fucking
You had a good
killing me.
transition, Maul. That's what I was-
Clean all this up.
We owe I owe Jonathan Majors an apology.
Do you?
Yeah, man. John, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I wanted to be, proactive, man. I just don't want you to ruin your career. But some text messages were released from the young lady involved in the whole Jonathan Majors incident.
But before we get into that, he definitely saw our social clip.
Did he?
I got some phone calls.
Oh, man, shit, fuck.
And then I had him with the pussy
damn.
behind the scenes. Watch the full clip.
Oh, that's.
It was out of context.
Hey, Jonathan, we love you. We fuck with you, man. Well, I definitely fuck with you, but yeah.
Well, no, this was just another time that you have gotten me into some shit.
Yeah, that's all right.
I always get approached for what you say. I was like, I was quiet.
Well,
Yeah,
objectively, you were kind of feeling what he was saying, right?
You laughed. See,
No,
that's what it was. You
no.
laughed. It's always like the
Look
guy
at the footage.
that's laughing too hard. That the guy be like, yo, well, what you laughing at?
I was talking about Daniel Hernandez in that case.
Oh,
the entire
okay.
time.
Got you. Well, some text messages came out. Well, the lawyer, Jonathan's lawyer, released text messages from the woman that was involved in the incident. And she says, please let me know you're okay when you get this. They assured me that you won't be charged. They said they had to arrest you as protocol when they saw the injuries on me and they knew we had a fight. I'm so angry that they did. And I'm so sorry you're in this position. I'll make sure nothing happens about this. I told them it was my fault for trying to... hold on.
I like how you switched back to
Hold
your
on.
normal voice.
I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone.
So she deserved it.
What is her fault? What is her fault?
Her injuries.
Her injuries are her fault. So she has injuries.
Okay.
But you can't assume off rip like what that means.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking the room of people. She says, I only just got out of the hospital. You just call me when you're out. And then, of course, you have to put in I love you. And then she says, they just called me again to check on me. And I reiterated how this was not an attack. And they do not have my blessings. See,
I don't think that's how the court system works.
Did a lawyer write this?
I like when, no, this
That's what it's
is
giving.
this is a white woman.
Oh,
They didn't have my blessing on any charges. You know, a white woman was going to say, they didn't have my blessings to charge you on any charges being placed. I read the paper. They gave me about strangulation. And I said, point blank, this did not occur and should be removed immediately. The judge is definitely going to be told this. She ensured this to me. I know you have the best team and there's nothing to worry about. I just want you to
She's
know.
wrong because it's already out there.
Well,
And people are going to...
I just want
Say
you to
what
know
they
that I'm
say.
doing all I can on my end. I also said to tell the judge to know that the origin of the call was to do with me collapsing and passing out and your worry as my partner due to our communication prior. Out of care, she promised all would be relayed.
Okay, I will say from the origin of the call,
This is snitching.
may have a... I don't know if she wrote
This is
that.
snitching.
I mean,
Snitching.
The origin of the call. I've never met anyone that said that in real life.
The origin of the call was due with me.
Yo, when you called me.
The origin of the call, but look what she said. The origin of the call was due with me collapsing and passing out. Why did she collapse and pass out?
Because he choked her ass.
Yes, Damaris, you have your hand raised.
You don't know that.
Allegedly.
Dog.
All right.
Allegedly.
Shellfish allergy.
Can't say that.
Dog.
Allegedly. Yes.
If this isn't the most planned fucking text message I've ever read in my entire fucking life. First of all, if you're in a relationship with somebody and all of this is going down, you're not texting their phone saying, due to our communication prior, bro, you're calling them and having a conversation. You're not sitting up here texting them due to our communication prior.
Well,
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, he was locked up at the time that she was texting this, which is crazy because you know I'm locked up. Why are you texting my phone?
Paper trail.
Yeah, like why are you doing that? This is snitching. This
Also, does this not read
Wait.
as like the accuser being like a, you know, when they say you're attracted to your abuser? Does this not
Stockholm
kind of
syndrome?
read like that?
that's why I'm saying this doesn't help
Doesn't
Jonathan
prove
in
anything.
any
Doesn't
way.
help him
It
at
doesn't
all.
help him. This doesn't help. I'm not saying. Listen, she recanted all. You know, she said he didn't do it. Everything was recanted. So we got to give Jonathan that. Like, okay, cool. But these text messages, they say a different story. Something happened. She collapsed and passed out. Why is this woman collapsing and passing out? What happened? That's all I'm saying. Like the lawyers are gonna be like, yo, so why did you collapse and pass out? What happened?
Mhm.
So this doesn't help. These text
And if
messages do not.
she
Go back to the
collapsed
text message.
If she collapsed and passed out, how did she get strangulation marks around her neck? Was he doing CPR wrong? I just don't.
All right.
Hey, listen, she said nothing happened.
Look at just how life can change so quickly. Go above this one.
See,
Did you leave your keys at 9 a.m.? Boy, does life change at 6.
the
Sun
next
goes
day?
down.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 6 on the dot is weird.
All right. Now you're getting to Vans versus Pumas at that point, 6 p.m. on the dot. I mean, I'm with y'all. It does read a little odd.
Yeah, this doesn't
doesn't
help
help his
his
case.
image any. I'm not sure if this is going to do anything as far as legally, but image wise, people reading these text messages, and if these are alleged text messages, we don't know if this is 100% true, and this is from the lady. But this doesn't read like something just happened and he never did nothing, put his hands on her. This reads like a cover up. You know, she's assuring that, you know, she didn't tell him anything, said this didn't happen, it's not true. But she collapsed and passed out, she said. I just want to know why a lady is collapsing and passing out.
I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone.
I feel like this, regardless, will affect him. And then we're going to go down to every comparison of every actor that's probably guilty of this shit that continues to get movies.
Question, $250 in food stamps or dinner with Jonathan Majors?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Rico's going crazy right now. I don't want to be affiliated with anyone. I'll take the food stamps.
$250 in food stamps or 2 minutes and 50 seconds in the ring with Jonathan Majors?
Why would I want to? I would just take the
Why would
food
you
stamps.
fight
Why would I
Jonathan
want to
Majors?
fight?
Because you've been taking boxing classes. You've been,
Well, right.
But I'd like to spar with the people that I work out with. I don't.
yeah, I mean,
And
just
don't
just-
put that. I'm taking boxing classes. Relax.
Yeah,
Have
no.
you not?
I spar. I don't take classes.
Oh, he's
Oh, well, you've been sparring. So 2 minutes and 50 seconds sparring with Jonathan Majors, Mr. Spartan.
I'm not trying to box with him. I don't know him. He looked like he got reach.
You don't know him. You got to know who you sparring with.
Of course, you crazy?
Yeah, you gotta know who you sparring.
Clearly,
Whoever's in the gym, who want to fight?
There's
Just
this
get in
whole
the
thing
ring.
called weight classes in boxing. I'm not sure if you're aware of it.
Nah, man.
You
can
wanted to
spar.
throw me at Basketball City with the kids from Cooper. I'm
Yeah.
not doing it in the boxing ring with him.
Yeah, get in the ring with Jonathan. Why not?
Why? You were the one that was talking about him. You get in the ring.
I'll get in the ring with him.
Why?
Because I'll get
like
in the ring.
your
What's
ass
the-
up
what's
like
the
a fucking
upside to
Christmas.
getting-
What did he play in Creed?
He was
A boxer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not getting in a fucking ring with him.
What
It was just a
what
movie,
did you
though.
think
What did you think he played in Creed?
I didn't see Creed 3, so I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what he was. I don't know
You
if he
thought he
worked
was-
at the concession stand and at the
Why'd
fight.
you
I don't
assume
know.
he worked-
Now that would be hilarious. That big, strong motherfucker working at the concession
I don't know if
stand?
he was one of the judges. I don't know if he was the ref.
No,
I didn't see Creed 3.
He was the opponent.
Yeah, he was the opponent.
He didn't get in
Okay.
shape. He didn't get in shape like that to sell popcorn.
And I'm telling you, from the little bit I know about boxing movies, you train
Like
for
a
those
boxer.
movies
Sure.
for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, so just train, continue to spar.
Like
you've
Will
been
Smith
doing.
moved his hips when he smacked Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Like that motherfucker has a stance. He
So
knows how to fight.
So you wouldn't spar with Jonathan Majors.
I've made that very clear that I would.
Oh, okay.
But you would.
Yeah, I would.
How tall is he? Pause.
How is that a pause?
All right, he's 6 feet, 75 kilograms. I don't know. I'm an American.
He's 165 pounds.
6 feet,
So
165.
he is not 6 feet tall
No.
because he is huge.
Why is he not 6 feet tall? What are you talking
Because
about?
you're not that big, like
He's in
mass
shape, though.
wise. No, that doesn't add.
Muscle weighs,
a Hollywood.
muscle weighs a lot.
He's a Hollywood 6 feet. Like that. He's not actually
probably good
6 feet.
5'10".
Yeah.
I still think I would lose that fight. I'll be honest, but
I'm sure.
it makes me think that I would go in the ring at least.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you
You
wouldn't.
just said you wouldn't.
I didn't know he was that at
You
that.
just said
weight
I
and
don't
height.
know him.
There's no way he's 165.
I'm 6 feet. I'm look comparatively. I'm 6 feet.
I'm not comparing you to him.
I'm like
I'm looking at the
170.
Google images.
I'm 175 ish, and I work out like I, keep up. But there's we have the completely different body. Like that's
No, we
not
know.
at
We
all
didn't think
what's
you had the
going
same
on.
body type as him.
Come on, don't do that to me.
No, we didn't think. Like I just
Nah,
want to let you
let's
know
go
we didn't
spar.
think.
No,
that
we didn't get confused.
I spar with you, Rory.
We can. I would love to.
I've taken a couple boxing classes. I'll spar. I'll do it
Can we record it?
for
Of
sure.
course. What you mean?
Okay. If y'all want.
I got reach.
And me and Maul.
We could do the podcast boxing one. That's the real one.
Oh.
Gilly, another one. I know Gilly can fight.
Gilly gonna wash out in every sport.
I've seen Gilly box. He can box. You know who can quietly box too? Andrew Schultz.
Oh yeah.
He does.
And
hoop too.
And Schultz,
Yeah.
I would.
And he hoops. Yeah.
I wouldn't fight Schultz because I know he is.
No, he
reach.
boxed for
He's
real.
big
Yeah.
too. Pause. Like
Hey.
he's got reach and height.
I don't have a good enough strategy to be able to box someone that tall.
Yeah, he got linked.
That shit. Now that I know that he's Hollywood 6 feet, I would lose, but I would still get in the ring.
Okay, so now that you have more information, like,
Yeah.
you feel better.
I spar with
going
people
You feel
6 feet.
better.
You feel better going into the ring with him.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
thought
mean,
that
I don't know the measurements of his torso to arm ratio, but I could ask Lipstick Alley. They probably know.
Oh.
So, yo, the whole dinner with Soulja Boy, $250 in food stamps. I don't know why y'all should. I would take the dinner with Soulja Boy. I just think that would be a fun ass dinner.
I felt like
Soulja
this was
Boy?
disrespectful.
But you also don't need $250 in food stamps. It depends on who you ask.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Soulja Boy.
It's Soulja
It's
Boy.
dinner with it's gonna be a funny it's something crazy is gonna happen. Like dinner with Soulja Boy, dinner with I don't know, who's another crazy Charleston White, dinner with
Soulja Boy and Charleston White are drastically different people.
Are
And
they?
I know this is based off the Jay-Z whatever shit. Soulja Boy is a businessman.
Mhm.
He's done a lot of business shit. He's adapted in every single era. Like, put some fucking respect on Soulja Boy's name as far as what that dinner would get you in LLC Twitter. Soulja Boy can tell you what time it is.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to sit there and just see what he would order on the menu and just laugh. Like that would be my whole
Chicken
thing.
fingers and fries for
I'm like, yo,
sure.
I want him to tell a story. Nah, I think you got Soulja Boy fucked up.
Who, me?
Nah, Rory. Talking about chicken fingers and fries.
No, I just think I think he could afford the filet. I just feel like he would lean towards the chicken fingers and fries.
I just think it would be a funny ass dinner. I think we would sit there and be laughing. I would definitely want to hear some of them crazy ass stories he be telling.
Would you crank that?
The
with
true
him?
ones.
Would you
Definitely
what?
not cranking nothing.
Would you what?
Crank that. What's he talking about?
I just feel like we all owe Soulja Boy a lot of apologies.
Why?
I don't. I
Even
always
down
give
even
him his
down to his
props.
antics where we thought he was lying. Like when he did one of the funniest interviews in internet
Oh my
history
God.
with Vlad,
Yeah.
people tend to forget
Like imagine that
that
over dinner.
Vlad also interviewed those guys like a year later and they said, yeah.
It was true.
So yeah, it was hilarious when
Shout out to
Soulja was
Vlad.
like, yo, get the get. Like, nah, I knew him. Like, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it was true.
So that's what I'm saying. Imagine that story over dinner.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
That's not what you're gonna ask him about, are you?
No, I mean, I would want to hear it though.
Yeah.
I would definitely want to hear that story again. Like, yo, come on, man. Tell that story again, man.
Tell me about that story.
The
Yeah,
way he was shooting is so fucking funny, yo. Soulja
Over
Boy
filet
is
mignon?
So funny.
But if you think, because what gun did he say he had? That was been 9mm, right? Yeah, like the kickback, that was accurate. If you got one hand on a 9,
Yeah,
you're
that shit
doing
flies off.
this.
Yeah, 100%.
I just love the fact that it was a real story. Like everybody killed him for this and was like, yo, get out of here with this shit. And it was real. It really happened.
Also, the whole Soulja Boy did it first has been a great running bit.
Oh, I love that.
He
I
really
love
has
that
been
on
at the
Twitter.
forefront of a lot. He's like kind of like the Ray J of shit.
Well, let's not put out false information. He lied like shit on this interview, but he did end up actually shooting someone in his house.
Yeah, I mean, he added it for entertainment purposes.
No, he
added
said
to
the guy
story.
was dead. The guy was alive.
Yeah.
the guy got interviewed.
He added to it, but the fact that it was a real situation really happened. He really shot at some intruders in his home. Like,
And called him in the ass.
yeah.
And wouldn't pass the gun to what's that producer that he works with?
A-Rap.
Yeah. Nah, I can't give you the pistol. Sorry,
Nah, I
A-Rap.
can't get your pistol.
That shit was legendary. But I do think Soulja Boy needs more respect. I think it's antics.
became
Even when
cool.
he was talking about that shit with Breakfast Club, when he was saying Drake, all that shit. If you listen to what he's saying, he is telling the truth to some degree. He's just a
Drake.
performer. Like
Mhm.
a lot of people did steal his flow. A lot of people did take all his shit. He's been around for a while.
Who stole Soulja Boy's flow?
Drake.
Drake.
I'm not letting y'all get that off, man.
Tell
Okay.
me
You don't know that interview?
what's really
That
going
was a
on.
Soulja Boy song,
Jersey,
which is fine. Like no one's saying Drake can't do that.
Drake has records before that.
No, we know,
Don't
but
sound
not like
that
that, though.
specific song.
Yeah, that track.
Okay.
And other a lot of artists.
Jay-Z,
did.
Young Chris, Drake, Soulja Boy, same shit.
Yo, I'm screaming.
Another person.
I'm not gonna fall into that. All right, cool.
Another person.
tried.
Maul has to put respect on is Lil Wayne.
You have a little bit of Wayne hate in your
He
heart.
had to have fucked
Why
with
do
his
y'all
bitches.
Why do y'all keep saying that?
You
'Cause
do hate one.
I do not. I love Lil Wayne. I'm just asking. Why do y'all think that Lil Wayne is a better artist than some artists that I asked?
Well,
I pay attention. You just called him Little Wayne with 2 T's. That's how I know you don't respect him.
You a hater.
He's Wayne to us.
I said Lil Wayne.
Yeah, but you added
Lil
2
Wayne.
T's.
No, I said Lil
F
Wayne.
it for phenomenal.
Yeah, like no. I just asked the question. Do you think Lil Wayne is a better artist, not rapper?
then
Do you think he's a better artist than Rick Ross? Do you think he's a better artist than LL Cool J? That's all I asked.
What should we start with?
let's
This
start
was
with-
all
either
off
or.
camera. Everyone
Let's
that's
start with
wondering what
LL.
we're talking about.
Start with
Either
LL.
or.
This was the debate during pre-production. Maul came in and started with Wayne versus LL, which sounds like a very weird debate. But
Sounds like
as far as
another
rappers
LL.
go, they probably do have one of the longest
Why do y'all
careers
think that's
in
a
hip-hop.
weird debate?
Different eras.
Different
Two
eras to
completely
some
different
degree.
eras.
Different type of music.
So when you versus somebody, it has to be the same era.
That would probably be more ideal.
Generally
yes.
speaking, yeah. That's what we're
The only
But you're
thing
not
they have
talking
in
about a
common
versus.
is
You said who's a better
they both
artist.
have long careers.
Yeah,
That's
who
the
do you
most
think-
they have in common.
Who's Lil
Which is
Wayne,
hard.
Lil Wayne or Snoop Dogg? Who's a better artist?
Two different
Stop it.
generations too. No.
Wayne.
Artist.
Wayne is a better artist than LL Cool J and Snoop Dogg.
He's not a better artist than LL Cool J. I think you a little ahead of yourself there.
Why?
Y'all
Yeah,
gotta
why?
You don't even
I'm
know.
also too
You know
young,
why I don't
I'm
like
telling you.
That's why I don't like that. Then say that.
The first
Don't
LL
say-
Cool J
don't just
CD I
say-
bought was 10.
All right, but don't. So then don't
his
say.
10th album.
But don't just say Lil Wayne if you don't know LL's catalog like that.
Well, you asked me a question,
Yeah, but you can say I don't have enough information to answer that correctly.
but that's not fun for podcasting.
yeah, no,
that's
it
fun.
is. It is fun for
No, it's
podcasting
not.
because it's honest. Podcasting is about being honest.
We want to be honest in this show.
I enjoy
A
Wayne's
Millie verse, Mama said knock you out. I'm going to Millie all day.
I'm going to
No,
Millie
it's
all
not
day.
even
I'm
close.
going to Millie
Not
all
even
day.
close.
100%.
I'm 32.
I appreciate Wayne's rapping more than LL Cool J's rapping in his later years, but when you talk about full songs, like a song, I think that LL Cool J makes better songs than Lil Wayne.
Nope.
Okay.
It's just unfair because LL is a pioneer and like,
Yeah.
they were starting the genre. So it's a weird comparison
Yes.
in that way.
By the numbers.
But if you were to ask me that
Oh,
skewed
please,
question,
don't do
I
that.
don't care
we're
about
going to go
numbers.
by the numbers.
Why are you
Numbers,
going by the
man.
numbers?
But
Because
just
numbers
I think, but I
they
also
matter.
think Wayne
No, they
had
don't.
it easier to create
Okay.
better music.
That's not hip hop.
Yeah, you going by Billboard.
Like-
Billboard's not hip hop.
I don't think it's a fair debate in LL Cool J's defense because I think Wayne had it easier to make better music and had more resources
Okay.
and had like, that's where it's not fair to me because creating lounging at that time is insane. It's way crazier than making the Carter 3 at that time.
Lil Wayne, Mrs. Officer, or LL Cool J's Love You Better.
Love you.
Love you better.
Ah,
They're different.
Mrs.
Yeah, they are kinda
Officer got a
different.
melody on it, boy.
Around
That
the-
melody
look,
crazy.
J-Lo, the J-Lo
LL
version?
LL Cool J, Roundaway Girl, or Lil Wayne,
All right, you're
How
only
to
go-
Love.
Don't do that because Wayne's
Adam,
Wayne's
don't do
bag
that.
is
Don't
not
do
the,
that.
the girl records. That's
Yeah.
LL's bag.
Don't do
So
that.
so what bag you want to get into?
Rap.
That's not rap. LL is
That's
rapping
not
on
rap.
Love You Better. What are you talking about?
He's rapping on it.
LL
But
LL Cool J
does.
is a really, 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 really good rapper.
I'm just-
He's
yo,
one of the pioneers.
my
of hip-hop.
point.
So
My
let's
point
not
is saying
sleep on
this. My
LL's,
point is
like,
saying this is that
rapping.
Listen, man.
Not
LL told us we needed love. Wayne taught us how to love.
Mm.
It's all connected. You don't even see it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Not a
I
lot of
don't.
thieves.
I didn't catch that one. I'm just saying. I just like to ask certain things like this because I think one, people don't really understand how great of an artist LL Cool J is.
Do
when
you
it
think
comes to
Lil Wayne is
albums.
overrated?
Do I think Lil Wayne is overrated? What was Lil Wayne's last?
Man,
hot
we
album?
asked you a question.
Do you think
Yeah, you
Lil Wayne
ducking.
is overrated? Overrated. Sorry, that's it.
Overrated.
You
as
asked
an-
me a crazy question. I answered.
Overrated as an artist,
That
yes.
is overweighted.
Thank you.
Overrated as an artist,
He
I
can put
do.
some weight on.
Overrated as a rapper, no. Lil
But
Wayne is one
who's
of the
coming out and
greatest
saying
rappers.
that Lil Wayne is the top artist ever? Who's saying that? No, he said
I never said
Rory
he's the
never
top
rapper.
said
artist.
that.
People talk about Wayne
Not
being
ever,
the best rapper
but he thinks
alive.
he's one of the greatest
The way he
artists,
pointed
rap
at him was
artists ever.
hilarious.
Oh, I definitely think he's one of the
He's
greatest
top 10.
rap artists of all time for sure.
I think he's.
I think you could actually debate more on the rap side as far as a artist. Yes,
rapper?
Wayne is fucking one of the greatest rap artists that's ever existed.
Wayne, to me, he's one of the greatest rappers. You talking about just rap? Let a nigga just go rap. There's no argument there. Wayne is one of the greatest rappers
But
ever,
artists,
easily.
you would say. he's
I'm
not
just
even
saying
top 20?
artists. Artists.
Is he even top 20 for you?
Oh yeah, top.
Well,
20?
let's define. Okay,
Yeah,
so
he's top
let's
20.
clarify this and let's make it clear and concise. What defines artistry to you, right? Because I said that I don't believe that
Bodies of
Kanye
work, albums.
is top 5
That's lunacy.
rappers, but I think he's top 5 artists. And Julian said I was a fucking
Oh,
lunatic.
Wayne is one of the greatest. I mean, Kanye's one of the greatest artists ever. There's no debate.
Yeah,
on that.
that's what I said.
For
But
sure,
I don't
rapper.
think he's one of the greatest rappers of all time, which is there's a difference. So that's why I said let's define artistry in comparison.
I'm talking
to
about
being a
albums.
rapper.
songs. Like when I say art, that's what I'm talking about. Like
Okay.
I'm talking about your catalog of your albums, your songs. Like that's what I mean with artists.
Okay,
The type
so
of record you make.
Including mixtapes.
Okay.
So off mic, you said you don't fuck. You said Wayne's mixtapes don't count.
yes,
I don't really like to count mixtapes because it like
But that's a body of work.
you can't.
yeah, but it's
It's
but,
from that era too.
but
If
it's
LL
but it's-
was from that era.
but it's
He'd be
different. It's,
making mixtapes.
it's different. It's different with mixtapes because a lot of the times in mixtapes you're taking a beat that's not yours, and it's kind of like you're just like it's like kind of like just drawing in the lines, like the outline, everything. The shell is already there. You just painting in with your lyrics.
But
But, okay,
any
but
rapper
creating a
would
song-
do that unless you're making your own.
Yeah, but when you say
beats.
artists, I'm saying like I rather take albums because most of the time on your albums you're taking songs from scratch. Like that song was built for you. That's the first time we ever heard that beat. That hook is yours. Like that's what I mean by albums. Albums is more of that on an album. Mixtape, you take a beat that was hot, somebody had it. All right, I'm gonna do my thing on that. Boom.
But
Like
Wayne is
which is still an art to that. But I'm leaning more so like, what does your album sound like though? Like, give me your album.
Okay, so you don't think Wayne at the height of his mixtape era puts out the record Prostitute? I can never pronounce that last word. Flange, whatever the fuck he's talking
It's
about.
fine. We get it.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
That's not shaping the next 20 years of hip hop. And that was on a mixtape and to some degree original beat. And he's singing. Is that not one of the best rap artists? Like I could pinpoint that exact time when he was on mixtape singing over original beats. That's a rap. That's a rap
all right,
artist
but
to me.
but if you-
of course, you could get Kanye, Andre, everyone at
No,
that time.
Wayne-
But Wayne was the biggest rapper, and then
I'm not
took
saying-
that melodic shit to another
I
level.
think you're saying I'm not saying Wayne isn't a rap artist, but everything you're saying right now in your debate for Wayne, I'm saying that LL has done that for rap and more.
He's probably one of, if not the most important pioneers when it comes to how music sounds now. For sure, I agree.
That's
fucking
all I'm
LL Cool
saying.
J.
That's all I'm asking.
But we move this conversation away from LL because this is about your thing with Wayne and you thinking that he is an overrated artist. That's why we are talking. How can you not? How can you not discuss his?
You like the
mixtape
Carter
run?
4.
Yes.
Do you think that do you think that people have it as the best in the Carter collection?
No, I don't think anyone would say that.
So the Carter 2, 3 are the ones that we go to.
Those are the ones that 1A, 1B.
So that was what, 2008?
2007 was probably the Carter 3.
Okay.
2005 was Carter 2.
Go on.
I could be
I'm
wrong.
pretty sure
That's
Carter 3
16,
was
18 years
2009.
ago.
Okay.
Where we go to the album that we all is like, yo, this is like the one that we go to. Like if you're talking about introducing somebody to Wayne, you would go to those two albums, Carter 2 or 3, right?
But I think that speaks to Wayne's artistry that you can't really do that because I would say the Drought 2 would be a way to introduce somebody to Wayne. Before I would even go
You
to
gotta
Carter
go
2,
you gotta
Carter
go
3.
you gotta go to the Carter. If you enter for the first time, you gotta go to a Carter.
Okay, then I would do Carter 2. And that in comparison to every big artist you're thinking of that would say, what would be the album you take? Carter 2 stands up with the rest of those albums. I'm not saying it may be better, but that's in that conversation. So how, like, as far as
Carter 3
influence,
was
how he's changed the
2008.
sound, everything. How could you not say Wayne? Like, Ross, to me, you could argue has a better discography than Wayne when it comes to albums. That's a preference, but I'm also not going to argue with someone that says that. I get it.
I mean,
But as far as impact,
let's just be clear.
changing
All of this is
an
preference.
artist, the motherfucker Wayne is way above Rick Ross.
No, I mean, if you're talking about influence and all of that, you start adding those attributes in, and of course, we know that all of these
Is
rappers
impact
today
not part
are,
of
are Lil
artistry?
Wayne's like sons. All these rappers today,
Mhm.
these are all Wayne's babies. Like
Yeah.
we know that. I'm not taking nothing. I'm just talking about the album, the discography, the bodies of work. That's all I'm comparing here. That's all I'm talking about here. I'm not influenced. He's one of the most influential rappers, artists that we've had in our culture. We know that. That doesn't even need to be debated.
So how does that
Un-
not go into his artistry?
Unfair comparison with LL at that point then, because LL was one of the biggest rappers ever in his peak, right? And
For sure.
at that time, it was just albums, get you a single, get you a video, disappear, get you a single, get you an album, and continue.
Mhm.
Wayne was the biggest rapper in the world and was putting out fucking 4 mixtapes a year, an album. He did 100 features. This motherfucker was putting out volume and quality.
4 or 5 records on the radio at once.
Let's deal with what's tangible. We don't know that LL could do that.
You don't know that LL could do what?
to create
Put music out?
that
Clip.
value
To survive in an era
value.
like that, be the biggest one, and also compete with what's going on under him, which was mixtapes, which was features. He
Yeah, but
could have disappeared. He was the biggest artist in the world at that time.
Right.
And all he did was put out mixtape after mixtape. There was not a single month where Wayne did not have something out that was also quality at the same time. That's something you need to put on his jacket that you can't with a lot of artists.
Work ethic.
But work ethic can be cool. Quality
Everybody
and
don't
work
have,
ethic.
but everybody don't have work ethic.
A lot of people have work ethic but shitty product. A lot of people have good product but shitty work ethic. Wayne has good product and good work ethic.
I think
How many artists have that?
I think it goes back to again, and this is the beauty of hip hop culture and the music. Like you're revered to a lot of these artists depending on the time of the music when it was out, where you were in your life, how old you were.
Sure.
So like I understand what Wayne does for that his generation of people that when they found Wayne.
Mm.
I know how important he is. I don't want that to go lost in what I'm saying. I just think that there are other artists when you talk about just albums, songs, discography, career, that Wayne, they just put Wayne when they make these lists. We're talking about these lists. When they make these lists, it's like they put Wayne above a bunch of artists that it's like, but wait, how y'all just throwing him above these artists like that? Like, do y'all really know? Like, you don't even know LL's discography. You don't know.
I do know it, but I wasn't there per se to feel it in real time.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, but an artist like LL, nobody would have LL over Wayne on their list of top rap artists.
Well, people from his era would.
Like, you know, like people that's making these lists today, it's like LL gets overlooked. And it's like, whoa, y'all forgot about who this dude is? But now, if you told the
Well, that's
dudes
why
that
this-
was outside in the 80s and the 90s,
for
these artists, these rap artists, they'll be like, yo, y'all got
Yeah.
LL twisted.
Oh, no,
But
for
that's
sure.
why lists are fucked up, because the beauty of hip hop is that it,
Evolve.
like it elevated to another
For
level
sure.
based off what LL and them did. And Wayne also, we still identify as a rapper. LL has done so much other shit. Like, we don't look at LL.
But
as
and
just a
that's
rapper
part of it
anymore.
too, though.
I agree.
That fucks people up. Like
Once
when
acting.
movies,
yeah,
where
once
can
you
give a
get once
personality, his face.
rappers get into like heavy acting,
Mm-hmm.
it's like their rap shit almost gets deleted. It's
Mhm.
like, damn, y'all forgot like what this dude did in rap, like what he
Well,
did for rap.
There's people who don't know that Will Smith is a Grammy award winning
Yeah,
rapper.
hip-hop
He's the
artist,
first
yeah.
rapper to win a Grammy.
Yeah.
John Cena's a Grammy winning rapper too.
Well, I guess I'll ask this question then.
It's true.
As far as the nucleus of hip hop, which LL is a pioneer,
Maybe.
are we allowed to say that carrying on and adapting to what the world was to carry hip hop to the next level is just as valuable as the pioneers to some degree?
Yeah, they
Like, why
Listen, you
can't we
can't-
also give a pioneer stamp to Wayne as well, moving into the internet era and into the younger generation to carry hip hop to a whole nother fucking level? Why doesn't he also get the same respect? No matter what, if there's no fucking Grandmaster Flash, I get it. But we can't just all of a sudden be like, all right, well, Flash is above every DJ that's ever existed, even though these DJs have adapted and pushed the culture
that's
just as far as
Yeah, but
Flash
that's-
did with starting. it.
Oh yeah, but no, but I wouldn't. Who's saying that Wayne didn't push the culture?
I'm just saying if we're going with LL being that pioneer, and that's a big part of this argument, I'm also saying Wayne is a pioneer.
He 100% is a pioneer. But I'm just saying that in today's conversation of top rap artists, LL gets overlooked more times than
I agree.
Yes, if that's your point,
like that.
then
Like LL
I
gets
agree.
overlooked more times than none. And I'm at the point I'm like, wait, why don't y'all sit down and really go through LL's discography and his albums and his songs and really like remember what he did for the game?
10th album has 2 singles from that album are in his highest Billboard shit. Like he has one of the longest careers, and longevity is not celebrated. I'm with you all the way. Just when it comes to that type of pioneer stat, I think it's unfair what we do to the second generation of hip hop in that regard. They are pioneers as well. I don't think
absolutely
hip hop doesn't happen without LL to where it is, but also hip hop's not the biggest genre in the world in 2023 without Lil Wayne specifically. That's a pioneer. to me.
Wayne is a pioneer. Wayne is a trendsetter. Like I said, all of these artists that today they look like Wayne. They probably try to sound like Wayne. They got tattoos and all shit. Like it's the Wayne aesthetic. He changed
Down
the
to
way.
his name, the whole Lil.
Yeah,
era.
like he changed the whole way that rappers, just the aesthetic of what a rapper looks like. So we know Wayne's influence. We see it every day. We turn on our TVs or open our fucking social medias. Like we see it. I'm just saying that in that, let's not lose sight of the ones that did that, what Wayne did before Wayne. That's all I'm saying. It's like how you was quick to say, nah, Wayne. It's like, but whoa, you didn't even think about that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yo, hold on. Like, let's not forget about what LL did. Like,
Well, I'm a
let's not
nerd,
forget.
so I can think about that question pretty quickly with some knowledge.
But this is like if you.
I'm
wanna
not just
do-
saying it off rip because I grew up on Wayne and not on LL.
If you want to take this to ball,
I
it's
bought
like
10 when I was 12.
Wilt Chamberlain was like the guy, and then Mike came around, and now it's like we're not saying what Wilt did for the game wasn't, or Bill Russell, take it like, or it wasn't great or important or impactful. We just know this version is better. That's more or less the same argument. And I know as someone that would argue Mike is the greatest, you can see the point Rory's trying to make. You can have those OGs, the pioneers, the people that really laid the foundation, but because of the work they did, other people have come along and have done it better.
are able to build off of that skeleton and
Yeah.
create more.
Make better.
Yes.
Like I want the highest iOS right now.
But we fucked
Doesn't
with the
take
first
away
one.
from the GOAT.
Yeah.
We get you, but nah. it's elevated because of the first one.
But yeah, I get Maul's point on we need to respect the veterans, but the people making these lists are fucking 21-year-old kids. They don't fucking know anything. That's why the lists are so subjective, and we argue and talk about.
But no,
them
that's
so
what this
much.
conversation is about. It's just to
Yeah.
bring light to like, yo, hold on.
Yeah.
I need to go look at dudes like LL's discographies. I
But
need to
my
go look at his body of
conversation I
work.
was asking you was how you saying that mixtapes don't count against somebody's discography and making them an artist. And then I brought up Fab because when people talk about Fab, they're not talking about his albums. They talk about his mixtapes
Mhm.
for the most part. So
Well, Fab
that
has
you
a
would
le-
take away damn near his whole career if you don't count mixtapes against his artistry.
I mean, but Fab has, again, Fab to me is one of those artists that changed the way we even view a mixtape just as much as Wayne did.
I agree.
So it's like we get the Summertime Shootout series, we get the Soul Tape series.
There's no competition.
Yeah, like
Shout out
all
to
of that,
Drama.
even when Fab was doing the Freestyle Friday shits,
Mhm.
like all of those, you know, that was like pioneer. That was like he was making a whole nother lane.
Mhm.
So yeah, I count that. But at the same time, when we talk about Fab, we also say like, yo, we need more albums though. Even with all the mixtapes and shit, people still say, yo, but we need another album. What was the
I don't
the
agree.
Young
I
OG
think
he
people
created his own
ask
lane.
for more mixtapes from Fab. People don't be asking for albums.
And also,
Nah,
Fab
niggas want albums from
came
Fab.
from that lane with Clue. Again, I'm sounding like I'm riding Wayne's dick, but I think Wayne being the biggest artist and still focusing on mixtapes before the next Carter really made a lane and forced the biggest rap artist in the world to continue to do mixtapes.
Yep.
Because if the biggest rapper's doing it and he's smoking these shits,
Mhm.
I can't be above mixtapes anymore.
Yeah,
Fab
no,
comes
for
from that
sure.
lineage, for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
I'm not saying Fab was doing it because Wayne was doing it. He comes from that lineage.
Right.
I just think Wayne made a whole different lane in mixtapes because he doesn't come from that, but made sure if you are the biggest artist on earth, you can't say you're above mixtapes because I'm the biggest rapper right now and I'm murking you on mixtapes and albums.
No,
So everyone had to
But
continue
I,
to do.
I go further than that.
mixtapes.
I think Wayne jumped into the mixtape shit because he's such a hip hop head, and he probably always wanted to do mixtape.
But doesn't that also benefit people like Fab that come from that?
Oh no, when
I'm
the
not
greatest artist is
saying
doing
Wayne-
it, when the hottest artist is doing it, of course
It's helpful.
It changes what everybody else does. Absolutely.
It brings more value to what Fab was already doing because mixtapes are going to be taken seriously.
But Fab definitely needs albums though. Like he needs to put out like, to me right now, Fab, it's a lane wide. Like Fab could, because for whatever reason, people still don't respect Fab enough as a rapper for me. Like I don't hear people talking about Fab enough as a rapper.
I agree.
For me, Fab got albums, mixtapes, the Young OG project, which I thought was underrated. Like, if Fab decided right now to really like, yo, I'm about to really just flood shit, like Fab could really fuck the game up right now because he has that ability.
And
He has
the
the
lane
song
is
making
wide- the
ability.
lane is wide
he can
open.
rap. He can bar you to death. Like he has classic records. Like he has like he could really like take over and really like, yo, listen, I'm better than all of y'all. Aside from the ones, you know, the GOAT, the Jays, the Nas, all of those guys aside, I'm talking about the ones that are still like moving around, active, doing features, doing that. A lot of these dudes can't fuck with Fab.
I mean, I think the best quality Fab has is that he didn't focus on that. You and I know Fab could rap for real.
Mhm.
It's almost like a Drake thing to some degree. Like Drake could really rap, but it's focused on other stuff because he makes good songs.
Mm-hmm.
He has witty shit to say. He
Mhm.
dumbs down shit on purpose sometimes.
Mhm.
I
And it
think
goes
Fab
viral.
I think that's Fab's strength, that he could rap so well, but knows when not to. Even some of his freestyles that are looked at as crazy is Fab dumbing himself down to
Mhm.
make those freestyles better.
Mm.
So I think that's actually the opposite.
we need a new Fab album.
Yes, I need more picture captions.
We need a new Fab album. I would love to get another Soul Tape this year around the
Oh,
holidays, if we could. But definitely, I need another Fab album. I love the
Why
shit
is there
that
not another Soul Tape? I don't get it.
I don't know, man.
I
That's
think
what,
he wanted to end it at
Is it
3.
streaming?
No, I don't know. I think
Samples? Is he scared because you can't just put mixtapes out anymore? And it wouldn't be worth the work
that
just
Soul
to put it
Tape.
on
That
DatPiff.
Soul Tape mixtape series is easily one of the
Phenomenal.
best
Sure.
mixtape series ever.
It's phenomenal.
I'm with you.
Ever. Even the Summertime Shootouts. Like I know people didn't like the last one. I thought it was some joints on there.
How many
No
summertime shootouts
competition with
are there?
drama
Were there
is
2?
incredible.
3.
There were 3?
3.
Yeah, so he does 3 because There's No Competition had 3, Soul Tape had 3, Summertime Shootout had 3. So if anything, he would start a new series.
Even the Freestyle Friday shits, bring that back. Every Friday, you just dropping a freestyle. Like, shit like that, to me, I think now more than ever makes sense. to me. I mean, I'm not an artist actively putting out music. I mean, I put out a podcast. Subscribe to New
Download
Rory
all that
Mall.
shit.
Download each and every episode. But yeah,
But you're not wrong, especially with monthly subscribers being one of the most valuable things to artists when it comes to everything outside of the music. If
Mhm.
Fab kept putting shit out every Friday, yeah, that would help his monthly subscribers like you would not believe.
what about Fab putting the album out on Patreon,
Ooh.
like a mixtape? Whew.
If it was promoted right,
Yeah.
that's where the challenge would be.
Woo.
Making sure people know about it
Have
to pay
Fab
the
have
$5.
Fab releasing the album only on Patreon.
I'm with it.
Listen, man, I just give it out of this. I just be having shit in my head sometimes, Rory, man.
What if
I
he
think
released
about
it on our Patreon?
I mean, we had the listening
Don't say
listening
to
session.
that terrible idea that would never
Yo,
happen.
Fab, yeah, let's do a Fab listening session on our Patreon, and then the album. I guess he could put it out on his Patreon.
Mm.
But we gotta have it first because I threw that idea out there.
Speaking of which, should we go over to Patreon? You have anything else to say beforehand?
Well, yes. Rest in peace to Clay Evans, man. Sad news out of Atlanta. Rest in peace, Clay Evans. Huge figure in Atlanta. A cool, solid individual for years, man. Loved in his city, throughout the entire industry. Everybody has nothing but great stories about Clay. Just always, took time to give encouraging words. Great personality, great character, just a great person, great man. He passed away earlier this week. So rest in peace to Clay Evans. Prayers and condolences to his family, T.I., Lil Duval, everybody, man, his close friends, his family. We praying for y'all. And also rest in peace to Lance Reddick, actor Lance Reddick,
Yeah.
notorious from The Wire. We lost him earlier this week too. So rest in peace to Lance Reddick as well. Prayers and condolences to y'all families.
And the whole lineage of The Wire too. They
Yeah.
just lost Michael K. Williams
Yeah.
a few years ago.
Yeah.
And obviously we know how many actors were on The Wire. Like that lineage goes very deep. So prayers to everyone there.
So we'll take the story. We'll take the rest of this debate over to Patreon, I guess, Rory.
Yeah, we celebrate
About some other things.
Damaris's birthday over there. We swore we weren't going to have a horny Patreon. Somehow I went down that path.
it
Just in a
wasn't
very-
that horny.
It was super
It
horny.
was
It-
more
it-
educational.
It was not the plan to go that way. Somehow it went down that way.
You're so fucking horny.
I just think we should wrap it up.
Listen, man.
No pun intended.
Any plans this weekend?
Probably.
Shout out to the Knicks.
No, I'm gonna be looking at Twitter the entire time, just being that kid at the window wanting to play outside at Dreamville Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
for
curious
sure.
to see what's gonna happen there. I'll just be looking for all videos and be like, oh, that looks fun.
Shout out to the
guys, don't forget
Knicks.
about me.
I didn't speak to Julius. I think he sprained his ankle. I hope that's all it is. I didn't speak to him yet, but the Knicks look good. Playoffs is in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, we have 5 more games left on schedule. We can hold the 5 seed.
Yeah.
Which is best case scenario. So
The Lakers looking shaky. Hopefully we get to that play-in.
I hope they don't.
I don't know, man. It's looking shaky for my Lakers, but
You
it
think
is what it is.
Bronny should be in the McDonald's All-American game?
He was. I seen a meme going around. It was saying that Bronny looks like Turbo from Breaking, which I thought was hilarious. He got the same haircut, and he kind of looks like him too.
I just
But
think
yeah, he definitely deserves to be in a McDonald's game.
I think it's funny that the athletes are now tailoring their shorts and jerseys with the McDonald's logo on it
Tailoring their shorts and their
to be
jerseys.
smaller and skinnier.
Oh, well, I mean, they're wearing the shorter shorts now. That's kind of like the thing.
I just feel like McDonald's doesn't really promote that, but it's cool.
Short shorts.
The hip
Stop.
hop.
Like it made more sense when they had the baggier shorts and jerseys back in the day.
Yeah, but everything now is more tailored, more,
Mm.
Soon they're going to have, all the athletes are going to be, the basketball players are going to have a one piece on. It's going to be like a swimming suit.
I was about to say like a track meet.
Yeah, it's going to be like a track meet.
Throw them in a singlet.
Yeah, I see that happening soon. I could definitely see that happening.
How much did Bronny score?
He had
Where's that?
15. It was all 3. I think he had 5 threes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 15 All-American game. I take it back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he definitely deserved to be there.
Mm.
Definitely deserved to be there. Shout out to DJ Wagner, DeJuan Wagner's son. I like his game a lot. I really like his game. His dad was easily one of the greatest high school basketball players ever. It's good to see like all of the guys that was like nice in my era, like their kids, their sons. Now Carlos Boozer's son is playing really well too. He's one of the best players in the nation. So it's fun watching all of the guys that I grew up watching, seeing their sons now entering the McDonald's game and going into college and NBA.
I don't want to do gender wars looking at this photo, but this looks like a bunch of high school boys. Now, I would like a picture of all the women from their high schools to see if they look like this age.
Mm.
Julian,
Okay.
you have to. It's fine. Let's discuss that on Patreon at some point. Because this is nuts. This looks like high school kids.
Yeah, until you stand next to them.
Cool.
Right.
I'm talking about in the face. Like these look like
Oh yeah.
their age.
Yeah.
But
Well,
women
boys,
their age.
boys develop.
If they
boys
posted on
develop
Instagram
slow.
with their girl in high school, it's gonna look like a little kid next to Larsa Pippen.
Stop. Little girls develop
Yes.
facial wise
if you
and
think that's what I'm
brain-wise.
talking about, Damaris, you are highly
I'm not
mistaken.
talking about. Oh, you're talking about. The
I'm
way
talking
that they
about
dress and
makeup, how
stuff.
they dress. These chicks is doing makeup tutorials at 14. They look like 25-year-olds.
Not the ones that's playing basketball.
No, I'm talking about the ones they're dating in high school.
Oh yeah, for sure. They wearing Gucci, Louis.
How
Yeah.
do they afford this?
You know how they afford it. Bronny's NIL's worth $7 million.
Jordan's
That's
like
Bronny's son. You think
Jordans
he
were
ain't got
like
it?
$75 when I was young. These
Yeah.
kids want Gucci.
Yeah.
Inflation.
These kids want
Christ.
Gucci.
Girl just wanted a Gap hoodie when I was in high school. That was it.
That's
The
hard.
Nikes
Gap.
that they sold at Foot Locker, like readily available, was what I was going after.
Yeah.
These kids want to go to Soho.
All right. Well, we'll talk to y'all on Patreon. Have a safe weekend. Be safe. Be blessed. We'll be back in a couple of days to kick it with y'all. A lot of good music out this weekend. Download it, stream it. We'll talk to y'all soon. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. Peace.
No, Warrior.